What's happening, you savages? It's a beautiful day to be alive. We're back. Don't tell me the walls are bare. You know, who gives a fuck? We're coming at you, and that's all that matters. As we build, we get prettier and prettier and prettier, all right? Today, my guest is, Lee's always here. I can't get rid of him. He's like he's like dog shit. He's everywhere. But my guest is somebody who's very special to me. I'm happy I got him on the podcast. I promised you, real motherfuckers. And this is as real as it gets. Mr. John Barone, my 7th grade teacher the second time. What's happening, Mr. Barone?
You were much better after 1 year of practice.
Yes, I was a lot better.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. We were just talking about where you came from. I always knew you had come from a different school. And then your first year there, I had Kingwell.
Oh, he's bad news.
And he was he was rough, this dude. He used to give you oral book reports. But I'm happy because now I read because of him.
You know how he got in trouble? He broke a kid's arm just punching him because the kid, I forget his name, he walked up to Kingwell in the hall and he said, let's have a contest. So Kingwell said, yeah, let's go. He said, let's see who could punch the easiest. So he goes, you go first, Mr. Kingwell. So Kingwell goes like this to him. So now this kid says, now it's my turn. He hits him so hard, they heard it in the first room all the way down the hall. He went, oh! He got so mad, he ran after the kid and broke his arm with a punch. He says, come here, I gotta get even. And he broke his arm. He had a broken arm. He came into a couple of days, couldn't move it for a year.
I started McKinley in the 6th grade, so I had Levito. But throughout that whole year, there was drama with Kingwell. There was always drama with him. I was not there the day Alex Carvajal's father, the Beast, he said something to the kid's daughter. He said something to Martin Perez's sister, or something happened. She went home, told the father. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, I don't know if you ever heard him talking in your house, Alex Carvajal. This was a different type of animal. His father used to sit on 26th Street with a big Cuban cigar on the corner. Tremendous. Great family. Maria, I still see them, right? Maria was in our class, all of us. This fucking Mr. Carvajal at 2:45, all you hear is, and it's like, what's going on? Come in. And Mr. Carvajal comes in with the cigar, with the big gold chain. He goes, I'm going to do to you what you do to my son. And they started fist fighting in the class. This was raw. So everybody, and he had another beef with somebody else. So this was the reputation he had at that school.
I got one more thing about him.
Go ahead.
He drove a kid crazy and like on him. The kid said, I'm going to get my uncle after you. So he says, get your uncle and bring him in here. Sure enough, a week or so goes by. There's a Marine in the hallway one day. You know how a hallway was. So I can I help you? He goes, yeah, I'm looking for a Kingwell. I said, he's in the room next to me. Because I knew he was going to kill him. All you heard was like when you get punched in the teeth, he knocked 3 of his teeth out. Oh.
Was he wearing the Marine's outfit?
He had his Marine thing on. So I said, like, what is this guy doing here? But then Kingwell didn't talk to me for months because why did you tell him I was next to him? I said, because I felt like saying, because you're always bullying kids. You deserve something like that.
He did something. Remember my 7th grade year, he ripped his Achilles tendon. So we got Mr. Miss for a while, and that's what was pretty fucking cool. Mr. Miss was a good-looking motherfucker. He looked like Robert Redford. So whenever he taught, the girls would fucking be like all fucked up in the 7th grade. Big old white yoked motherfucker. But then I still remember, McKinley was buck wild. And it wasn't buck wild in comparison to Horace Mann, Lincoln. I remember you used to always say, the kids at Lincoln, they bring them to the games with chains on. I used to fucking die, They were throwing sinks one year out the third floor, so that's it. They got like tortured after that. Lincoln School. Kennedy School was buck wild with Colangelo and all those guys. Every school in the system had like this weird thing. When I went to McKinley the first year, it was okay. Like, here's the funny thing. Miss Brando was pregnant.
It was the art teacher.
The art teacher in the 6th grade. But I had the biggest crush on Miss Brando. So I grabbed her tit one day in the 6th grade art closet. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was so in love with Miss Brando all the way till high school. Every time I saw her, I just grabbed the tit out of principal. And she'd go, Joey, what the fuck is wrong with you, Coco?
Yeah.
This is McKinley in the 6th grade.
You realize if one of these things happened now, the entire like school district would be shut down?
Oh, they'll shut it down anyway. Who gives a
We
fuck?
did something like that every week.
Every fucking week we were torturing people.
And the principal didn't get in trouble.
In fact, I may write a book.
Yeah, you have to.
I might write a book.
Listen,
49
man.
years.
Do you remember the pilot program? You were very vocal about the pilot program. Pilot program back then was when you hit 16 and you were still in the 7th grade.
I love that it happened so frequently.
You
they needed
became a
program.
sophomore automatically the next year. It was called a pilot program, but Mr. Brown goes, you see these kids? They drive to school, they got hair on their legs. He goes, I seen the one guy, he had a kid in the back. It was this kid, fucking hysterical. This is fucking, you can't write this shit, guys.
Yeah.
So I had Kingwell, and then I got caught playing hooky with a girl. You remember her, New Yorker. And then I failed like 2 classes, so I had to go to summer school for geography, which I fucking hated, and math. And I went to summer school, but before you leave for summer school, you're supposed to go to the class you're supposed to be in the next year. Okay, so if you're in the 7th grade, you sit with your teacher in the morning, and then in the afternoon at 12, you go to your class and you meet your teacher, and he tells you what's going to happen in the summer and what he expects from you next year. So they didn't send me to the 8th grade. They sent me to Mr. Barone's class. And Mr. Barone started fucking torturing me. I'm going to have you sit up front because you're definitely going to fail. You're a fucking loser. You're a mook. And I'm like, this guy's trying to
You
fucking...
actually did well.
No, but that's what it was with you. But this is how we met. So he pissed me off so much that I stole his fucking car keys, right? He had the Toyota hatchback.
Threw him in a dumpster.
I threw him in the dumpster. I'm home an hour later. We're about to go play basketball and shit. And I see a fucking Toyota coming around the block. You fucking took my keys.
You know,
Yelling the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead. They're never going to like me ever again. So I go to summer school. I play hooky. Mr. Dalton pulls me aside and he goes, listen, don't come back no more. Just have Carmine call the school and we'll push you up to the 8th grade. That didn't happen. And in my mind, how retarded was I that I thought Carmine was going to actually call the school and just promote me because I'm fucking his friend. So the first day of fucking 7th grade, I'm marching into the 8th grade and I go, Carmine called. They're like, nobody fucking called. So they put me in his class. Now I thought he was going to torture me. Guys, it was completely different. It was amazing. It's like he had forgotten it. But then he talked about the Jimmy Pierce, because we have all these Red Sox fans here. He told the story about fear strikes out.
Jimmy Pearsall.
Look at that. That's how good of a teacher. I still remember this shit. And all the Boston fans here, you know who Jimmy Pearsall is?
I've heard the name. I don't
Go
know.
fuck yourself. How about you over there? Go fuck yourself.
When he used to go to the outfield, they used to jump out of the stands and fight him.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody hated the guy too because he was crazy. He hit a homer and he ran around the bases backwards.
During a game?
Yeah. He hit a home run and he turned around and walked. It took him like 3 minutes to go around the bases.
Hysterical.
And I have another Kingwell story.
I know.
Is he still alive? Are we gonna have to bleep
He's in
this guy
Florida.
out?
He's in Florida, I heard. Maybe he's in Florida, in
Remember the
Tampa.
5 Corners there?
Yeah.
There was a bakery?
Yes.
That was his dad who owned the bakery. He used to go eat there every day.
I never knew that.
Yeah. It was on the, you know, it was, if you're going Liberty towards school, it was on that first corner. Bakery.
Wow. I didn't know that. I forget the name of that bakery.
Yeah.
5 corners there. They had
It was a candy store.
a candy store, the Sugar Bowl, candy store, the bank, the stereo store where you bought stereos and washer and dryers. I don't know what was on the other corner. I know Mr. Biggs is in the middle, the hair dryer place, the women's hair cutting place, Frank the Barber. But it was, you spoke about Jimmy Pearsall, and you cracked a joke that they had him in a padded room, and you fucking killed us. You were killing us that they got him in a room, and they tied him up, and he ran around the bases backwards, and it was a different approach to teaching. I had been at Catholic school, and then I had fucking Levito, who was a great teacher also, and then Kingwell was just, Kingwell meant well. Do you know what I'm saying? Kingwell meant
My
well.
homeroom, we used to play volleyball at lunchtime.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
The only reason why I played, I tried to knock his wig off.
Levito. Yeah. Oh,
And once I did it one time I hit him square in the head. The ball and the kids went nuts. So I wanted to keep doing it. I was never able to do it.
Wait, are you saying volleyball or
That was
dodgeball?
Levito.
volleyball.
Okay.
Dog,
Over
the year that I got
Smash it
there,
at
the year that I got to McKinley, I was on the up and up. And like the first month, somebody put acid in Mr. Agresta's coffee in the morning. And at
didn't know
lunchtime,
that.
he never came back. You know what? Mr. Agresta and Mr. Levito came to a show of mine in Point Pleasant. And I go, Mr. Levito, remember when Eddie Lemenka put the fucking acid in his coffee? He goes, ask him. He's here with us.
I had a big argument with him. He
Mr.
used to,
Gresta.
on Fridays, let all the kids buy bagels on Friday.
Who, Levito?
Levito. Every Friday, if you were in his class, you could buy a bagel. So now, a couple of weeks went by, and I said, "Yeah, I can't believe he's doing this for the kids. He don't do nothing for kids. He's very, So I said to the kid, how much do you pay for the bagels? He goes, here, he's got a menu. He gives it to me. When I look at the menu, he was added on every bagel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In other words, he knew the price, so he made up his own menu, but added 50 cents on each bagel.
I love it.
I went up to him, right in his face, and I said, how could you cheat? These kids don't see 50 cents in a week. And you're getting 2 bagels from them? What a group of teachers we had in that place.
Dog, it was, I will tell you who else I met there that I still think about it all the time. She was the best lunch lady, Mrs. Sabatino.
Yes.
Fuck, she was gold, man. Gold. She always gave me that extra
I was right
oatmeal
next-
cookie that Mako made, because Mako used to make those at home, those oatmeal cookies. Fucking tremendous. But since you're talking about volleyball, this is how crazy McKinley
We had
was.
some crazy principals, too.
Oh, yeah. I seen Leo Gattoni get hit in the head by Louis Aldivar in the basement, but this was the classic, this is the classic North Bergen McKinley story. We got a gym teacher called Mr. Totoro,
Oh, that guy was a little crazy.
and we're playing volleyball. We're playing kickball outside. It's the 7th grade against the 7th grade. I don't know what the fuck it was, but we're all playing. Now, every time I go to kick the ball, the Italian kids are going, Coco Cade Moco, right? They're just yelling, Coco Cade Moco. And Mr. Totoro is saying, hey, knock it off with that shit. And the kids kept saying it. Mainly Anthony Balzano. So this motherfucker has the balls to go up to Anthony and say it one more fucking time. And Anthony goes, Coco Cade Moco. He grabbed Anthony. Martin Perez went to jump in. He grabbed Martin. And then I had him from the back. And he banged their heads. And then he grabbed me and he banged our heads. Fucking Anthony said, fuck you. Blah, blah, blah. This is in the morning. I still remember that. I had a Pete Rose jacket. And you told me Pete Rose was Cuban. I almost jumped off a fucking bridge. And I asked him, I go, how do you know? And he goes, I saw him on TV with Kindness Corner. And he was talking like he had a stomach problem. He was speaking Spanish. I was fucking dying. Right? So I got this little faggy Cincinnati 14 jacket with the C. And we're outside, and all of a sudden, we're headed to the principal's office. But Anthony breaks away from him and goes, fuck you. I'm calling my father. He goes upstairs, Walt's sitting in the principal's office. He asks the lady, can I get a piece of paper? Lady gives him a white piece of paper. Anthony starts doing this shit. And he puts all his hair on a paper. And then he goes, take your hair, shake it in there. And when Carmine walks in, like he called Carmine, there was a payphone in there. In the principal's office then, there was a little payphone. He called him, Dad, I don't know what's going on. Dog, it must have been 8 minutes later. You heard the walkie-talkies through the hallway. And there was Carmine with another cop, you know, with a uniform. And they're like, what's going on? Nothing. So he goes downstairs. Carmine comes in. He asks Anthony what happened. Anthony told him. He goes, shut up, Anthony. Cocarini, what happened? And I'm like, dog, what Anthony said, the guy hit us. We were just talking Spanish. He goes, nobody cursed at him? No. Mr. Maytash.
You know, you had him?
Yeah, I had Mr. Mustache.
You know how he died?
How?
One day he says, I won't be in for 2 days. I says, why? He says, all this snow. I'm going to my house down the shore and I'm going to shovel the snow. People are complaining because there was like a snowstorm. So he went down there. He never comes back the next day. So everybody's worrying. He froze doing it and died, took a heart attack. They found him frozen in the snow with his shovel. I told him, call somebody and pay him. He wouldn't do it.
Did you feel guilty? Because you used to call him George Jetson.
Yeah.
Remember he had like a George
I can't
Jetson
believe
hairdo?
He remembers that.
Come on, dog.
I forgot about it.
You used to call him George Jetson. Oh, fucking George Jetson was bothering me. So we're up in the office, and Carmine's got the walkie-talkie. I'll never forget that walkie-talkie. And he's like, listen, Mr. Mustache, I just want to talk to him to see if my son was wrong. Bob, he doesn't want to come out. He's scared. The guy opened the door like fucking Kato, like in the Pink Panther when he would open up the door, hello? You know, that type of shit. Carmine had a gorilla fucking hand. Carmine had the biggest prosciutto hams you ever saw. He just grabbed this guy, took him out, and started pouncing him, guys. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And he just started punching him. The guy dropped. And he goes, come on, everybody's going home. And that was it. We went home. We came back. And Mr. Torre was gone. I never saw him again. I walk into the high school 2 years later. I'm in his fucking homeroom. And he comes up and he goes, Cocarini, if you don't want to show, don't worry about it.
Kingwell thing.
I don't remember the Carmine Kingwell thing.
His son's got spelling with Kingwell. Now, the kid's failing spelling. He's failing every test. The kid comes in my room and I go, let me see one of your tests. Look at one of the tests. Kingwell was giving them 20 words, but he was taking 10 off for every one they got wrong. So nobody noticed it but me. I said, that means if the kid got them all right, you got to give him 200. If it's 20 off for each. Sure enough, the father found out. This kid goes home, tells Carmine, Mr. Barone said he's cheating. That's why I'm failing. He came in and I was called to the office. And the first thing Gattoni says is, will you take him in your spelling class? Because I want to switch him to you. I said, of course, I'll take him. Now he says to Kingwell, you ever do anything to my son again, I'll blow your head off. In front of everybody. There was 6 people in the room. You can't do that. Think about it.
You don't really have to think about it.
He did it.
20, he got away.
Oh, no, he couldn't do that to the kids.
But he
no.
was doing that for probably way
When I was
before
there,
you.
yeah. He'd had something kinky. Because he would give you like a -40 and shit like that. And look at you with a straight face. And you're like, what the fuck did I do? There was so many kids in that class that was so fucking confused. But that whole era when you taught us.
I didn't know you had Matish. He was
Yeah, and then
George Jetson.
we couldn't find a basketball coach. And we kept talking about it. We knew nothing about his fucking background. We're just like, you know, and one day he goes, I'll go by the courts. This fucking guy starts popping 30-footers without even looking at the basket. Da, da, da. And we're like, who the fuck is this guy? And he goes, who the fuck am I? I'll tell you, I'm in the Hall of Fame in the job. I'm like, oh, here we go. He's blowing smoke up. This guy came with pictures, the Miami Floridians, the ABA, and we were like, no. And I remember showing up at his house one day. Like, we used to get off at 1 on Fridays. And I took my fucking bike and I went up there and I go, I want to learn how to shoot. And he broke it down for me, man, how to fucking drop your wrist. He would make me shoot close to the basket. Your brother Joe used to come out. I still remember getting tackled by Joe Jump on that block. He fucking tackled me one day playing basketball. It was amazing. I went from fucking sucking. McKinley went from 0-7. He turned that whole team around. Chuck McBreen was taking pointers from him. I mean, he just got the fucking ceremony at his Ramapo College. The gym got named after him. There's all the guys that you touched. There was a bunch of us that you were like, it was just amazing. And then after that, you were the favorite teacher in the school. And then we went to the 8th grade. And I had Miss Walsh. And the other guy was Miss Verga. But Miss Verga...
She wouldn't give you me. I was asking her, could you switch? I'll give you 2 girls for Coco. She wouldn't switch you.
I like Miss Walsh. We drove. She told us, she goes, I've been here for 40 years. Nobody has ever broke me. We broke her. Don't fucking, we used to go to ShopRite and steal Hubba Bubba and fucking 10 packs apiece and go into class. And we had the Orlando Salcedo, God rest his soul. He died during COVID. And at about 1:30, he would start, wow. And then we had an Italian kid, Michael Allegretta, off the fucking chain smart. And we'd hit him in the head. We'd play hockey. We hit him in the heels with the hockey stick, and he'd go, ay. That motherfucker's got to be like a neurosurgeon today or something like that. We had Charlie Gizzy.
I remember him.
The guy who used to, every time a plane went by, he'd get up and shoot it down.
He was gone.
During the class. We had Richie Colombo. Mr. Barone, he used to comb his hair a certain way. Like, I don't know, he didn't have a blow dryer or didn't have water or something. He used to take the comb and pock it through the middle and just push his hair down. And one day during attendance, Mr. Barone goes, Colombo, what'd you comb your hair with, a stick of dynamite? That motherfucker didn't know what. He was just cracking people. And attendance was the biggest thing in North Bergen. But some people did it lame and some people did it pretty good. But the day I knew that there was something weird about us, that something was not right.
You know what's sad though? Teachers today can't do it.
No, they don't do what you did.
I would have got arrested and fired if the teacher ever did what I did with the kids. Nothing was bad.
Nothing was
bad.
But
it was fun. It was fun getting along with all of them. Because once they left my room, they weren't the same.
Even just the haircut thing would have been enough. The haircut thing would have got you fired.
Hall of Fames. That did it. That did it. I'm in the high school, my high school one where I played. I'm in the North Bergen one for coaching 30 years. I'm in the Hudson County one. And my ball's in the real Hudson County because I got all the free throw records. In the one in Springfield.
Nobody has touched your record.
I think so.
Really? Somebody broke 74.
Every time when I check it, sometimes it says it's still going. Sometimes it says it's not. So they don't know what they're doing either. But they didn't realize once they left, people would say it. They would come in my room and go like this to me. Because they saw these guys being good. Like, how did you do that? You got to be nice to them.
I still remember they had that glue, not Hellman's, not the fucking white stuff, but not
cement?
the cement glue. And I'll never forget, we're sitting in the front row, and Mr. Barone's playing with it, and all of a sudden he looks at me and goes, what's this remind you of? And I fucking lost it. I had just seen it, I had just come maybe 2 weeks before that. So I'm fucking dying. I'm like, he still got it, Mr. Barone.
If I didn't know your name, I called you Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Do you know how many people I see today? I'm in a shop, right? A guy will go, oh, Wolfgang. They called me.
And this was way before Wolfgang Puck. Like, where did you come up with Wolfgang?
It's just that name.
That was Eddie Munster's fucking something.
That just got me.
Who?
That just got me, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Hold on, and this might be the wildest start to a podcast we've ever had. We barely introduced him, and we're talking, like, how old were you at this point, do you think?
When I started?
When you had Joey?
When I started, 22.
I don't think your daughters were born.
Huh? No.
No.
They were born while I was there.
And Patty was a
'Cause they
fucking
used to-
knockout. I remember the first time I saw your wife, I'm like, holy shit. Mr. Barone got it going on and shit. Holy fuck, she was good looking.
And, like, so you knew, it sounds like you knew, like, you'd heard of Joey when he was coming to your class for 7th grade the second time. Like, you like, did the other teacher warn
First
you?
time,
Kingwell.
We got along, but I was strict with him the first time he was in my class.
Did you
First
have
year.
What did Kingwell tell you about him? Huh? What have you heard about Joey before you met him?
Kingwell hated everybody.
Everybody.
So I could, if he was normal, I could say, yeah, I remember him saying so. He hated everybody, had every nationality, and I don't know what he was German.
Yeah, he was
a
German.
Nazi.
He was a Nazi.
He was German. He hated everybody. He hated the teachers. He hated. One time, Maytash says to me, "Want to play a little? What do you call it?
Poker.
On the board."
Backgammon?
When in the gym, we used to set the table up and we used to play. And I can't think of what.
I don't know what the fuck.
Bocce?
Table tennis.
Oh, okay.
Table tennis.
Okay.
Ping
So
pong.
now Kingwell, he said to me, Maytish, come on, I'll have you a game. So Kingwell hears him and he comes up to me. He says, I want to play him. I said, he asked me to play him. He goes, no, I want to hit that ball and cream him with it. So I said, yeah, go ahead. I want to see him do it. Do you know, God heard that. Maytash could have won a gold medal in the Olympics. He killed Kingwell, and what Kingwell wanted to do with him, he had a black eye. And everybody laughed at every game he lost. It was like a reward. So I said to Maytash, I said, where did you learn how to do that? He says, well, that's the 3 years I was going to be a priest. He said, that's all we did, the priest. We had a table and we played tennis. For like 10 years he did that, played every day. The poor guy had to die shoveling.
Yeah, because I think I only had him. We had Gattoni. And then I first started with the king, Mr. Muir, Jack.
I miss him.
Come on now.
When I went there,
Come on now.
Tommy Muir.
Mr. Muir, he was just abandoning ship when I got there. I was
Track
like, God
coach.
damn it. And then we had Virgo left, and then Mr. Lindsley replaced him, who was coming.
Mayor of Weehawken, who,
Yeah, he's coming on the show.
yeah.
He's coming on the show in when he comes up from Florida because
I grew up with him in Hoboken. He lived right around the corner from me. He comes up to me one day and he says, you work in the summer. Do they give you a job? I go, no. He goes, I'll give you a job. Come to Weehawken Municipal Court. I go there and he says, I go, what am I going to do? He says, do you know Turk Jordan?
Oh, we'll get into Turk Jordan in a second.
Okay. He said, here's your job, John. See that guy over there with the wig? I go, yeah, he's crazy. He goes, yeah. I want you to work with him, do whatever he does. And if I only lose 10 votes a day, you're doing a great job. He's crazy, that guy.
Who, Turk or Wally?
Turk.
Bro.
He's a crazy. I'm from Hoboken. You know how many nuts I know from Hoboken? He was worse than all of them.
Okay. He was going to coach us in the 8th grade for a while. He showed up. He had felonies. He couldn't do it. Something happened,
Hey, when that happens.
So we kept busting his chops. he's like, I'm going out tonight. Because we're in the fucking 8th grade, 7th grade. And this guy's like, I'm going out tonight. I'm getting my dick sucked and all this shit. So in the 8th grade, we finally go, Mr. Turk, when are you going to get us? Because we already had an adventure with him in the city. He took us to see the Sixers against the Knicks on Christmas Day. He told us he had tickets. The day of the fucking game, we get them. He goes, I got no tickets. We're stubbing our way in. Give me $5 a piece. He took us into the Knick game. We're like little fags. We had the basketballs and the Knick T-shirts and shit, and this guy's got us all the way in the top. Some guy kept walking past with his family. He grabbed him. He goes, get up one more time. I'll fucking kill you. Then they threw us out of there. Then he went to another area, and the guy was getting up. And he told him, you could have got more exercise at the YMCA. Then they threw us out of that section. Now there's 3 minutes left. This guy bet the loser because he's a fucking stiff, but I loved him. And some guy goes, he's on the floor. And some guy goes, can you move, please? Ask Whitey. It was me, Whitey, Chucky, and somebody else. And he tapped him. He turned around. He grabbed the guy's wrist, and he started, and the guy's like, and we just left him. We just ran out of there, ran to the Port Authority. So he asked us, what happened? We're like, Turk, listen, if we have a winning record, can you get us laid? And he goes, absolutely, I'll get you laid. Okay. 8th grade summer, I go to 5-star basketball camp. I don't graduate because there was a huge snow week. There was like 18 inches of snow every 2 weeks, so we were closed for a week. When I come back from 5-star, I get a call from one day. It's like July 8th.
He's gone.
And he's like in the lunchtime. I just happen to be home. Hello? Coco, Kirk Jordan here. You're going to be at the 38th Street courts in a little while? I go, yeah, all of us. We're going to play right now. He goes, I'm bringing you down some presents. Now, I had forgotten about the lady. I had forgotten all about that. He was going to get us laid. I thought he was bringing us basketball shirts. Sure enough, we're on 38th Street running back and forth. He pulls up with a fucking Cadillac. And he's like, guys.
A Lincoln Continental.
Something.
An old one.
A fucking huge car. And he goes, guys, I got something for you. I'll never forget the way he rubbed his hands. He goes, come here. And the back seat was a chick laying there with her shirt ripped and her tit sticking out. And he's like, there you go. I brought you a girl. And we all looked at each other like, we got to go home and study for next year. Everybody. Here's fucking 13-year-old kids that want to get laid. We do anything to get our dick sucked when you're 13. When we saw the chick in the back, she looked like, I don't even know. Let's not even get into it because we'll all get arrested on this.
He was my boss for Lindsay.
He's still around.
No, he died.
When?
He just died.
Because when I got here, they said he was on Kennedy Boulevard. He takes the change out of the newspaper thing.
He owned all them.
Yeah, so
and he had the kids that are working for us. They used to have to go and get all the quarters.
There you go.
And one day, I use his car, and I notice it's like I'm looking this way. So I get out. I open up the trunk. He's got $9,000
in
worth
quarters.
Of quarters.
And the trunk was sad.
And the thing was like this, the car. I'm driving it. And he was the unbelievable guy. And I'm telling you, I know a lot of nuts in Hoboken.
Dog, when he showed up with that woman, and she had those fake tits like from George Washington's day, like that type of shit, they were hard. Only one tit was sticking out. God knows what happened to the other one. I do not want to know. But during all this, and this is why Louie, I'm still tight with Louie, I'm still tight with Dave, I'm still tight with Chucky. Our friendship didn't come from just being in North Bergen. Our friendship came because all these kids had something going on in their house.
It's funny how it mixes too. Like,
all of us.
You know.
All of us. I still remember going home in the bro. I still remember walking home in the 7th grade with Anthony Balzano. He couldn't go home. The feds had the house fucking surrounded. They were whipping out machine guns and shit. That was our neighborhood. Michael Clemens won't talk to me no more because Carmine beat him up, handcuffed him and beat him up on giving that terrorist. And he was yelling
I wish he would have fought Kingwell. Police
brutality and fucking, I mean, this neighborhood was, it just was going on. It was fucking going on. Every night we ripped that fucking payphone off the fire department phone. We rip it and the cops would chase us. Who does this anymore? We used to run across Tunnelly. I mean, the
I
shit.
go to work one day, and he says, "You can go home. You don't have to work today." I said, "Why am I going home?" He goes, "Because tonight we got to take 2 bus loads to the Yankee game." I said, "Oh, that's nice." We get there at night, all parents and kids in the, like, beautiful. They all got their uniforms on and pennants. Everything's going perfect. Okay? We pull up Yankee Stadium, the guy with the clipboard's there, and he says, "Oh, where you from?" He goes, "Weehawk and Wreck." So the guy looks at the thing and he says, "I don't have no Weehawk and Wreck on here." So I go, "Turn, did you get the tickets from this thing?" He goes, "No, don't say nothing." Sure, he don't say nothing. The cop arrests him. I gotta bail him out. They figured this guy's crazy. And another time I bailed him out in the track. He says to me, "You got any money?" He calls me up. "You got any money?" I said, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "I'm picking you up." He picks me up. There's a guy sitting in the back seat. We're going to the track, the Meadowlands. So we drive into the Meadowlands, and all of a sudden, we get out. He says, "Bet it all on the 7." The guy leaves us. He says, "Bet it all on the 7." So I look at the horse. This is they're going to make glue out of this horse. I'd say, he ain't going to win. He says, you know who the driver is? The guy that was in the back seat.
So I had you in the 7th grade, and then I went to Ethel Welsh's class. But the 8th grade, we had Mr. Lindsay, and he took us to the fucking Philadelphia. They took us to Philly to see the.
Did you go to Washington?
No, we didn't go to
He took
DC.
us to Washington, too.
No, he took us our year. They were a little scared with us. All right, so they took us to see the P-Knuckle. What is that? The something? The guy with the fucking sticks, whatever. They took us to this beautiful thing in Philadelphia, which I'll be at Wednesday night. And we started shooting paper clips at the guys on stage.
Jesus.
And they fucking threw us out of there. We went to Betsy Ross's house. They were mad at us, but then they stopped at Hiram's and Callahan's and got us all that shit. And we came back. And we were all just playing basketball at that time. And I'll never forget that. I went to the courts like any other night. And at 6 o'clock, Marianne said, "Coco, Anthony, come and eat." And I go, "My mom's cooking. I can't go over there tonight." And I went home. And that night I didn't go out. Like, I just stayed in. And next morning we went to school, and you took me in the hallway and said, "You hear about Anthony? He got into an accident, blah, 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 blah." So this is our 8th grade year. It was like, this fucking winded me. It winded me, I still remember the parents being on Saturday Night Live. Carmine and Marianne, during Saturday Night Live, they cut in because they were begging for a doctor to help their kid and shit. I mean, it was fucking real, guys, And that was the beginning of our 8th grade. And it till this day, there's a sadness down there still. Because we lost Dominic 2 years later and my mom a year later, which is all in the same. We all ran together, these kids, But it was really weird. What was your last year at McKinley?
I was,
And you were in
I was
high school?
in high school more than I was at McKinley. Yeah. So you figure I was there about 20 years.
At the high school?
24, no, at McKinley.
Really?
And then I went to the high school for the rest.
Because I
And
still.
that one year in Horace Mann, that they said, "You 3 guys, Sperber used to buy lunch every day." And I used to say, where are you getting this money? We used to go to a place every day, me, him, and Gallo, order nice lunch. There was a bar right now, like my lady of Fatima. It's a doctor's office now over there.
Okay.
But anyway, we went to that bar every day, had lunch, steak sandwiches, whatever. And give me that check. Sperber. So I said, "How are you getting all this money? Where are you getting all this money?" He goes, "Hey, I love you and Jimmy. I'm so happy you're here because he was there a year ahead of us. So sure enough, one day a girl comes in the room. We're collecting for Biafra. That was a country in Africa that you give money. They would raise money and send it to them. So I'm saying, and who sent you down here? She said, Sperma. They didn't hit me. Because the girl came in every day for like 3 months. And we were eating every day with the money that everybody was throwing in the thing. Who knew? Who knew? I said, you're stupid. We're going to get fired, I said, if they find out. He goes, it's on me. So you're not going to get fired. I says, well, because I'll squeal on you. I'm not worried about it, but you just got to stop.
You know, I was telling Nick Ascalise that when we went to school, they just weren't teachers. You know, I always said that we get to school at 9 and we're there till 6, till 3. And sometimes if you play sports, you're there till 5. You're there with them longer than you really are with your parents in those days. You know, unless your mother stayed home, which a lot of moms did. But, you know, we goof around here, we tell a lot of stories. I still remember the night my mother died. That the ambulance came at like 3:30 and I just sat there. And within fucking 30 minutes, I saw a cop car coming up the block. And it was Carmine, because he didn't sleep at night. He would sleep on the couch, listen to the police scanner with the gun ready to shoot somebody, right? So he came, and me, him, and Pete went to breakfast in that diner on Tunley Avenue, Collins Diner. And then I go, what am I going to do? And Pete goes, I'm going to school. I go, take me up to high school. And like an hour later, I get a fucking thing. Jose, come to the class. And there's Mr. Barone. He goes, your mother died. What are you doing in school? Let me drive you home. And I'll never forget that. This is the shit that we goof around and we tell these fucking stories and stuff. Now, when did you become the JV coach?
My second.
78 or 80? No, it had to be before 79.
Yeah.
No?
No, because I ran the grammar school league for 2 years. And I started teaching at 75. My first year was 75. So you figure, I would say the low 80s.
Okay.
I started with JV.
Now, do you remember the ref with the glass eye?
Yeah.
What was his name? It's in the tip of my tongue. I was just thinking about it in the bathroom. He had a pigeon
He was
eye.
a substitute teacher.
He was a substitute teacher, but he was also the one ref that coached the ref to Franklin.
And you know why they stopped him from coming to school? Because he was taking care of my class. You weren't in it. And he said to the kids, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm going to keep my eye on you. He took it out and put it on the desk.
All right, so
When the kids told me and I told them, I said, he went to the bathroom, he took his eye out. I don't want him in.
Doug, this is old school teaching, okay? They got to you. When the teacher takes his eye out and puts in the cloud, gives you the Malukia
I'll
look,
be watching you.
I'll be
Better
watching
be
you.
good.
I gotta be honest, compared to say breaking one of their arms and like all like this is pretty minor. Like the eye thing, I kind of think is funny. The eye thing I like.
So,
But can we go back to him coming and getting you when your mom like that was?
yeah, he came to get me and he drove me home and he told me to keep it together and he just
Did
talked.
you go to the Bear Mountains with a group with me?
No. I left. We went to Great
2
Adventure.
bus loads, 130 kids. We let you go out. They said, let them go out. The lady teachers, leave the kids alone. I said, you better play games with them. No, let them go. There was Bear Mountains. I don't know where it is, but there's a forest all around it. Okay? So it's time to go. It's time to go home. I say that certain people have clipboards. Anybody missing? So I see them talking. Now they turn around and they go, 62 kids are missing. I said, how could you not notice that with the group? We only had 170 and 60's missing and you're just finding out now? I was in charge of that trip. I almost killed the one lady.
All right. So
You don't tell me 60, because I knew all the while, but I figured they'd come back. They're not going to come back. We got home 8:30 at night. We were supposed to be home. The mothers were waiting 3:30 by school. We got home 8:30. By the time they all come back, girls had their pants ripped. I said, we're going to get in trouble for this one. Bear Mountains.
Was that the last time you went to Bear Mountain?
I didn't want to go. Bear Mountains. You know.
Mr. Barone, the ref's name. The reason, because this is killing me. You're gonna love this one. The ref. No. The ref had a glass eye. So we're walking home in the 8th grade. And I'm walking home with Anthony Balzano. And he's pissed about something. And we're all walking home. Anthony, Dominic were yelling. And he goes, that fucking ref, he keeps calling fouls on me. And Anthony goes, that motherfucker, he's my cousin. We're like, what? What do you mean he's your fucking cousin? He goes, he's my cousin. He goes, I'm going to go home and tell my father now. So we walk in his house, all fucking rushed up. And he's like, Dad. And Mr. Balzano was eating like with the thing on. And he goes, Dad, that cousin, he had it, because he was their cousin. He was their cousin through marriage or something. The Capitora. Okay. Capitora. There you go. Cap. So he goes, Dad, Cap keeps calling fouls on me and Coco. You better talk to him. He goes, Cousin Cap? He goes, yeah. He fucking gets up. He wipes his thing, fucking dials the number. Cap, let me talk to you about something. You ref the game with my son, Anthony, and Coco. You call a foul on them again, I'll fucking go down there and kill you. And he hung up the phone. We're playing Dondero and Compasso. We're karate chopping them. They're like, foul. And then we would, because he had a glass eye. So if you're on the right and your eye is fucking glass, how you call the foul? So we used to challenge him all the time. Challenge. No. You did not see that. You have a fucking left eye that's glass. How did you see this thing here? And then that was it. I don't know what happened to that poor bastard.
Remember Haltner?
Who?
Eddie Haltner?
Coach, ref?
No, a student. He was probably after you.
Yeah.
His father said we were having a cookie drive. So his father comes into my room. I'm in charge of it. And he says, you having a cookie drive? He says, I can get you Burry's cookies. I said, how much? How many could you get us? A truckload. So I said, get it. So sure enough, truckload one day is backing into our parking lot. You know, that's a
The
back.
McKinley, yeah.
Can't come in straight. The guy, I go, I tell the principal, we're getting a truckload of fucking cookies. Everybody's happy, all the teachers, the ladies in the office. I go outside, the truck driver gets out of the thing, opens the truck, and gives me like 3 bags. I said, what are you doing that for? He says, well, that's all you're getting. It says, Ed Haltner gets the rest of these. It has an address. That fuck just used the school for them to give us the cookies, but he wanted to keep them all. Now, they said, that must be your friend. I said, I don't know this guy. This kid goes to school here. That's why I believed him.
Oh.
3 boxes we got. The whole truck was full.
They built the gym. You know that gym was built when we were in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
We got to play
I complained so much.
About that gym. And out of everything.
Why? Why did I complain? Where was our gym when it was snowing?
We shoveled snow. And I got a D.
No, but we were in the hallway.
In the hallways, yeah.
Every day these kids bowled with bowling. I said, you can't have gym every day and do the same thing.
Yeah, and Mr. Fontana. We had Mr. Fontana when I was
I
there.
used to race, and I'm trying to teach. It's the whole way to your classroom. So I went to Fishback, and I gave it to him. I said, listen, I want to be transferred. He says, why? I said, they take gym all day. Remember, you get 8 periods a day.
That's right.
So I had to listen. The kid wanted to go to the bathroom. He gets trampled by a race. They're having like races. So sure enough, he says, you got some background. You got to help us. Maybe you can talk somebody into building us a gym. So I don't know anybody, but if you use my name, I'll do whatever they want. I had to give a few clinics.
Crazy.
Everybody
we had
had
no
to do.
fucking gym. So for you kids at home, you're fucking grateful. We had no
They
fucking
had
gym.
no
We had to
gym.
shovel snow.
How do you have a school with no gym?
I don't even know where we practiced basketball in those days. I forget.
And then we had lunch, where the kids are running back and
yeah,
forth.
back and forth.
There's like a
little table on the
table
side,
like
little
goes
edge.
along the wall.
But
But there's kids eating. There's bowling and track games going on, and we're trying to teach in the classrooms.
And Richie Vanacek would take nails and hit them in the thing upside down. So when you put your hand on the wood, the nail, dog, that's cool. I was there one time, and Richie Vanacek and his father were talking to Kingwell. And Mr. Vanacek had his hands like this. And Richie was standing right here. He had his little fucking glasses on. And he's looking at Kingwell. Yeah. And all of a sudden he just goes, bam! And fucking broke his glasses. Richie dropped. I mean, this was McKinley School. It was, but you got to remember, that was everywhere at that time. Parents would knock you the fuck out, anywhere. Parents would knock, and nobody would say jack shit. Parents would just clock
And
you.
they never complain, the kids. You know what I mean? What about the cap? At the end of this thing that I just set up is a little room on the corner. Remember the way you ate? Where they made the food.
Yes.
As soon as you walk in the door.
Like Eddie Munster's
there's
house.
a little room.
Yeah. And the walls were like this. And you walked in there. Yeah. This was real. And
2 ladies making lunch every day.
fucking ham, one of those prison county lunches. The ham with the pasteurized cheese with an apple, an orange drink of milk, and Mrs. Sabatino gave you a cookie to bail you out in case you didn't want the liverwurst sandwich. Who eats liverwurst in those fucking days? We used to go to the fucking York Hotel. That's where we went to lunch, to fucking get to look at the hookers, and we put quarters in the machine and go back with potato chips. But this all goes together. We got the gym, right? And as they were building the gym, I went to school, and then there's cops everywhere. There's cops on the 3, because we used to play basketball behind Center Ford.
Yeah.
North Bergen had those little courts there. 26th Street. Yeah, 26th Street courts.
They still play there.
No, this is a ball.
When you go over the bridge there,
Yeah.
I went there one time. Somebody said, O'Corin's playing in the court. Now, O'Corin at that time played for the North
Carolina, yeah.
Played for the Nets, I think.
Yeah.
He's playing in that court.
Yeah, they all played there.
Yeah. And it was like, 10 guys like him playing. That was about as long as this. Wasn't
Yeah,
even.
the biggest. Yeah.
It was about as long as this room.
how did you get a D in snow shoveling?
I didn't do the corners, you know what I'm saying? I just pushed it and shit like that. But we finally got the gym, and as we were building the gym, they found the body across the street at the York.
Iceman.
Iceman, under the bed. He was alive, whatever the fuck. So we were having a problem getting a coach. And I'm not going to go into this. We couldn't get a coach that they could sign on. We had Pete Wolf, who could slam the ball, but that's it. We had and then some guy signed up, and he didn't like Spanish people, right? So So I start dating his sister. Because if you're going to be a racist, you might as well not have a sister. Because you never know what can happen. So this goes on for a few months. She's older than me. She's a cheerleader at Sacred Heart Academy on 16th Street across from St. Michael. So I would have CYO, and I'd walk home with her. One day we were walking home, and he caught us holding hands. And the next day, fucking all hell broke loose. So he like called me a spick. What are you doing with my sister? You're dead and all this shit. So I went home, and I called Anthony Balzano. Anthony's like, fuck this motherfucker. We'll kill him tomorrow at lunch or whatever. I mean, this is when we were nuts. Dominic, Michael, a bunch of us were like, we're going to hide in the gym and get him. The first day we hid in the gym, he never showed up. Second day we hid in the gym, he never showed up. The third day we said, let's go get him at his fucking house. We went there, the house was already put up for sale. All right, that's how much they hated Spicks. So that was the plan. We were going to fucking drag him out to Route 3 and let him die out there because they blame it on whoever killed. We didn't know it was the Iceman. Whoever killed that person on Route 3. That was our fucking plan at that age. Like, we were going to hit him with hammers and shit and fucking. It's,
I made a deal with Holbig. They had no coach after you. They had no coach either.
No.
So I made a deal with Holbig. Remember Holbig?
Yeah, the woman.
Gym teacher? Huh? The girl.
Patty.
So I said, will you do me a favor? You like sports. I think you'd be perfect. You know the grammar school league that I run? She says, yeah. I said, McKinley don't have a coach. I said, could you coach there? She says, I'll coach if you practice with them. So I said, I got my team. How am I going to practice with the? But we filled. I had the practice start a little later, and I gave them an hour and a half every day, Monday to Friday. They won the league with this girl coaching them. They won the grammar school. That's the only year they ever won anything. I think with Jose Castro, they won 2 once. Alex Zalavar. They all played for us at the high school. That was a good group.
And then they had a fucking coach at Kennedy named Rugar. Right?
Larry Rugar.
Larry Rugar. And in the 7th grade, bro, his team was the state team.
He made them wear suits to the game. Kennedy School.
He had Pickett before
I
Whitey.
ran the league. So
He had Calandrillo. He had Pickenich down there. He had Cruz down there. And I'll never forget, they played Horace Man B. And they beat him by like 80-2. And Rugal was mad. So he made him go back to the gym and run with their hands up for a fucking whole practice. Rugal used to wear a suit. Rugal was fucking a savage. Then he coached us somewhere. But I want to know one thing, Mr. Perone. How the fuck were you on the bus with us in 1980 if you weren't coaching at the high school?
Because I coached at the high school all the years I was at McKinley.
What were you coaching?
JV for, say,
That's what it was. Okay.
my first 5 years, JV. Then when Sabello died,
Right, you were waiting on Sabello.
Shave got the job. I was his
Assistant.
assistant. So I think that was the longest stretch. I coached. Then when Shave packed it in, I think I was 10 years head coach. You know, the school's 70 years old, and we only had 4 coaches. You go to any other school in any other sport, they got 15 coaches. It's something that, you know.
What was the JV then?
When I played, when I coached, my JV coach, Ralph, in the wheelchair.
Bob Brace's son.
Wait, the JV coach was sitting in a wheelchair?
He's paralyzed.
Yeah. He was a good dude, Ralph Marino. God rest his
He
soul.
played baseball for me. I also coached the Bill Better Boys. Remember that?
Bill Better Boys.
After high school.
Holy shit.
Okay, I coached North Bergen for a couple of years. Ralph was on the team. He was a catcher. Okay, so sure enough, base hit, man on second. The kid was the mayor of Union City's nephew. I never forget. He rounds third, and I said, there's going to be a collision. Marino, instead of just sweeping and tagging him, he put his head down and he got in the guy's way like this. And the guy ran him right over. He hits the ground. I run out to him. I said, he goes, Mr. Barone, I'm paralyzed. I said, no, you're not. You got a concussion. He was paralyzed. He knew it.
What year was that?
So now I go to see him in the hospital. When he's in the hospital recuperating a year later, and he says, you want to do me a real good favor? I said, yeah, what? He says, he was on a table about that high, a bed or a table about, and they had a mattress on it. They were doing something to him to get exercise for his blood. So sure enough, he says, if you push this to that window and then push me, you could push me out the window. I said, is this what you want? He says, I can't take it. Lost his fiance. He was all set to get married when he was playing baseball. That's after high school, that league.
That's right.
I coached him in baseball. He gets paralyzed. He wants to kill himself. And he wanted to use me. Nobody was going to do anything. And he figured being I was with him all these years, I would do it. Slide me out that window over there. You push the thing. He showed me how to do it. So how am I going to do that? I can't lift you. You don't have to. Look at the bottom of that window. It fits perfect on the table here you're on. So he says, you open the window, you put it up against the window, and you push me out, pull me out, throw me out. So I said, Ralph, now, because of that day, I walked out. I just said, I can't do it. Get somebody else to do it. I leave. I always had that guilt feeling because I used to see him watching a game. He didn't want to do anything. He was a great baseball player. And I think he could have been a professional golfer. That's how good he was. I went golfing with him once. He was unbelievable. I said, you're a better golfer than you are an athlete. So sure enough, I said to him, I got the thing for you. What? I said, you could be my assistant, basketball. That saved him.
I was just going to tell you that.
He loved, you
loved
ask
it.
Frankie, nobody loves basketball like Ralph did.
Nobody.
He'll watch 10 games in a row. He'll drive to California to see a game. Huh?
That's crazy.
He was the best.
When I was a freshman, I
But
had him
he
sick.
got too many. I said, somebody asked me on a show, hey, how is Ralph Marino as an assistant coach? I said, let's put it this way. If I didn't have Ralph Marino as a coach, I would have won 20 more games. Because he cost me with technicals, because he was in a wheelchair. He used to go, what the fuck are you looking at? To the ref. Or he would say, scumbag. I could curse these guys. I should say, what are you doing? He says, I figure I'm in a chair. He could have gave me that call sucked. You suck. You know, he used to, I think because he was in the wheelchair, he could say anything he wants to him. Before the game, the ref would come up to me and say, you know, you going to control this guy tonight? The game didn't even start. I said, come on, give him a break. You know how I got him not to get the technicals? Randy thought of it, but I did it. Well, Randy did it first. Soon as he got a technical, we got somebody to wheel him into the fucking corner of the gym. So he's looking in the corner of the gym. Somebody come and get me. He would, Coach, I'm sorry. I hear that in my sleep sometimes. Coach Barone, come on. I won't say a word. You could tape me. Ralph was great.
I remember being a freshman, and Colangelo played varsity, maybe.
Colangelo,
Dennis
he played, his best year was the JV year. He played
with you.
me.
Yeah, he played.
But he never got that. He never did it for the varsity. He was my best player. But then when he was a junior, he went to varsity.
Right.
And they cut him.
Well, Sabella probably thought he was a troublemaker or something, but
Yeah. Isabel didn't like downtown.
no, he didn't like downtown.
He wanted the guys from Horace Mann.
Yeah, he didn't like me at all.
That's why he didn't win.
Yeah, probably.
Those guys do their homework.
I still remember Marino sitting in the wheelchair, yelling at Dennis, "Dennis, defense, defense, Dennis." And Dennis would look at him and go, "Yeah." And then like 3 defense, Dennis, he'd go, "Timeout." He'd go, "Marino, say it one more time. I'll put you in the closet and shut the fucking door." I would say, "Dennis, you can't do that. Yeah, he won't fucking leave me the fuck
My
alone."
brother loves him.
Who, Dennis?
Dennis.
Yeah, we all love Dennis. Dennis is still the funniest
My
man in the
brother
fucking
just
world.
asked me recently, is Dennis Colangelo still around?
He's alive, but he lost his wife. And he's having a hard time, and he's a fucking sweetheart. I hooked up with him a couple times when I got here.
Try and remember, if next time you see him, Joe Brown, my brother,
Okay,
said
yeah.
hello.
But we were on, my freshman year, I played for Reardon, and he didn't play me. So for some reason, we were in East Orange, and we're at this Christmas thing. And it is a fucking riot from the time we get there. Because at that time, we used to call Juan Rodriguez's little brother, it was Juan and Carlos. So at freshman practice, we called Carlos Eddie Munster. And he would pull you aside like a man and go, "Dog, I'm not in on that Eddie Munster shit, so don't even try it." And every time practice got hairy, somebody would say, "Eddie Munster," and he would stop the game and go, "Dog, I tell you about that Eddie Munster shit." So now we're in East Orange for the Christmas tournament. And we're losing. It's like 3 minutes from the halftime. I'll never forget this. And he was taking the ball out. He was going to chuck it into Chucky or somebody. He gets the ball, and the 2 little black kids go, "Look at my man. He looked like Dracula," right? And that's all they said. I was sitting on the bench, and I could hear the crack, like his whole demeanor, like, and you can see on his face, like, I do look like Eddie Munster. Like it just hit him. We were dying on the bench. We ended up getting killed. But at the time, my mom was always up at the bar. So my mom would leave me a $20 bill or a steak. I had an option. So I would say, fuck the steak, because it was too Cuban-y, garlicky, the asshole that I am now, and I would get steakums and get a ride of fries, throw them in the oven, and then throw 2 steakums on white bread with the American cheese. And I kept eating them. That's what I ate every night, 2-3 weeks. Dog, there was a week I couldn't shit. I went for like 6 days without shitting. I didn't know what it was. Now we're in this Christmas tournament. And we're out in fucking East Orange, and they're shaking the bus, the whole fucking thing. We get out there, and finally we take off. And I'm like, man, my stomach hurts. And I'm in the middle of the bus, and all of a sudden I'm looking around to see who's around me, who I could blame it on. I didn't know what type of fart it was going to be. So I let the first fart out. And I'm like, oh my God. And all of a sudden people start going, what the fuck is that? Jesus Christ. What is that? Open the windows. And you couldn't open the windows. They were the high ones. You had to slip down. They were all fucked up. And again, another fart came out of me. Right? And now everybody's fucking going, Jesus, what is that? The cheerleaders started crying and shit. They were crying. That's how bad that fart was. I gave it about a 30-minute window. Everybody was like, oh, thank God. Who was that? It was Sabatini. We were just blaming it on people. You were blaming it on everybody except me. I was like, I think it came from over there. It wasn't me. Finally, I throw a tremendous fart. This one's worse than the other 2. Mr. Barone's holding his face and goes, he's changing flavors. Oh, that was fucking they held their faces till they got in front of the fucking high school.
But you got turned off because now, what year was Reardon thing? When you were a sophomore?
I was a freshman. So I played everything I did. I fucking
But I was the JV coach then?
Yes. No, I don't remember. But
You
won
know
the.
I would have picked you.
No, but it was 8th grade. I was buck wild. I could jump and shit. Reardon just didn't dig me. So I used to torture him from time to time. I had people threaten him and shit. He held his ground. We never really spoke. And then I went and ran spring track with Composto, and he broke me. Reardon did I was like, I don't want to play basketball no more. Just one day I just got up and I go, I'm not doing this no more. And then I would play by the high school after school for money with those animals, Fuvio, Plagario, and all those guys. We'd play for like a sandwich and hashways. That's what it was.
Where did you play? In the back gym? Practice? Where did you practice?
We practiced at Horace Mann. We had to leave the high school.
I didn't see you when this was going on.
No, and then we used to.
Came out, let's say you were practicing in the back gym. You came out, this guy, said, don't worry, next year you got it made.
Yeah, because we only played in the back against some team because they canceled it. And that's when you came and all the other teachers were there and a bunch of people. And they were like, why isn't he fucking playing? Like, it was obvious I could play. And people were like, but that's the way it went, you know? I still, to this day, fucking kind of regret it. You know, you mentioned that kid before. I mean, listen, man, when you go to a school or something, I wish, this is why I get pissed at people now, especially teachers, because you're supposed to open kids' eyes. You know, like I want to still beat up Mr. Longano because he never told me about New York City. I could have gone over there and got an acting class. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. But what are we talking about?
About you quitting.
I just didn't want to play no more. And then I got a lung infection. I was going to play for Vinny. Vinny goes, come play football with the sophomores. And I went, and the first day I got there, I spit, and it was just blood. And one of the coaches came over, and he goes, what the fuck is this? And I go, I don't know. I got hit in the mouth. But then he kept seeing puddles of blood everywhere. I had a lung infection from smoking paraquat. And I had to be in the hospital for 13 days. When I got out, I couldn't play football. It was too late to play basketball. And then my mother died. And I wasn't doing shit after that. You know, I wasn't going to do shit after that. And I stayed in school maybe for the end of junior year. Then I said, I got a job at Masback Century Hardware on 89th and if you go down 83rd Street Hill, North Bergen, 85th, and what's the street all the way down where all the West Side Avenue, that last warehouse, that was Masback Century. And then I didn't see you, but the problem was I was just embarrassed. I was just embarrassed to see you guys. I was not the type that was going to go up to the high school and hang out, you know, and then I really got into a pinch and I was really embarrassed around you guys because you guys had seen me, you know, when I was a young kid and how I acted, and now I was a different fucking animal, you know, so. But when I did the documentary, I went to your house. I go, this guy's great, you know, and dog, you made my childhood. You and that other fucking knucklehead. Because nobody, you know, I still remember, I didn't know nothing. He sent us home. Make sure you watch the NCAAs on fucking Saturday or something. The semifinals were on a Saturday, and you sent us home. You go, that's your homework for the weekend. And the finals were Monday. And that was the year Marquette played North Carolina in the finals. It was that dude's last game. And I'll never forget that Saturday, I just come back from the court. I'm a Spanish kid. And I put the fucking TV on. And North Carolina's playing UNLV. And all of a sudden, somebody got hurt. And the fucking TV said, coming in now is the freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey. My fucking head almost blew the fuck up. I'm going to get him on here. He lives down the shore. I'm getting O'Corin on here. My head blew up when I saw Jersey City as a freshman. And then, to top it off, the motherfucker scored 31 points as a fucking freshman. And then they played Monday night in the championship, and they lost to...
Who are we talking about now?
Mike O'Corin.
O'Corin?
O'Corin. You're the guy that said, go home and watch this college game this weekend.
He was on that court, though. That's the only guy I remember that was playing in that game.
Where, North Carolina?
No, in North Bergen.
No, they used to come down with Spinarkle, Sergio Badaggi, he used to bring somebody else down, not Jackie Galloon, but there was another kid that played from
It
Weehawken.
was probably the motel that drew them.
Well, the motel, but those guys played. Remember when you go over the Lincoln Tunnel, when you're going into the Lincoln Tunnel, before you make that turn, look on. There used to be a court, on
Yeah,
top.
I played there.
and that was a special league. Like,
Still there.
it's still there because I see a football field, but that's where they played during the
thing
week.
I can't stand when you play there, though, with all the cars coming in the tunnel,
Yeah,
that
pollution.
smell,
Yeah, you're gonna die. That's why.
that's why they stopped playing.
That's why we're tougher than fucking death. You know what I'm saying? Because we face death. I still remember.
Hell, that shit you used to play, and we played for 4 or 5 hours straight. Hoboken was the best. Played.
Bro, think about that senior year when Hoboken had those two black dudes, Juicy and Bob Du Bois, and they led the county in slams. They led the county in slam dunks. It was fun.
They
And
were
North
ahead.
Bergen beat them their senior year. North Bergen beat them
Yeah.
their senior year.
And then and by 2 points that game.
Yeah, in Hoboken.
And you know,
In fucking Armando
And
Arribas.
but you know, do you remember how we won the game at the end? The guy was taking it out for Hoboken.
Missinich.
He was taking it out. Oh, the guy was on Hoboken. They're down 1. They score, they win. The coach says, oh, he calls him. He went like this and he just threw it. It went to the North Bergen guy and he makes a layup. They're up 3. Game's over. There's no 3-point shots with like 20 seconds left. That's how they blew it. And I was so happy because I hated the Hoboken coach. I wanted to coach there. You always want to coach where you played first. Once they gave, the guy was, Connors, his name was. He was on the Board of Ed, a member of the Board of Ed. His son got the job. Never played basketball. I was sick. And then Vinny was my homeroom teacher. He said, don't worry about it. I take you to North Bergen. Artie's moving there next week. I'll straighten everything out for you. And he did. I owe everything to that man. I was working in my father's grocery store. I wasn't even going to go back to college. He walked in, said to my father, how's he doing? I'm behind the fucking thing. And my father said, Johnny, the coach is here. He gets me outside. What are you fucking doing here? I says, well, I'm going to go back, but not now. He says, you fucking make sure it was like August that you're in school next month, or I never would have probably went back. My father was a bookie. I would have been a bookie. I'd rather do that.
Wait, he owned a grocery store and was a bookie?
Everybody was a bookie back then. Like, everybody was a bookie.
But that's only a front.
Yeah, that's only a front. They sell apples. You know what I'm saying? Any questions you have?
A lady would come in like, he would come in, you have any kumquats? Get lost. we just got oranges and apples. Take a fucking walk. I said, then he used to complain when I'm getting enough business.
Did he ever do anything that made you want to not that you wouldn't like him, but did he ever go too far?
Couldn't.
He couldn't?
do it. Couldn't do it.
That's great.
He gave me everything. How could you, when you grow up and your father is good to you? I don't even think he ever hit me.
No, I'm talking about Joey.
I'm talking about my father.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad your
His
dad
name
didn't
is-
hit you.
His name is Joe.
Did this Joey ever do anything in class? You're like, fuck, it might be too much.
He made me laugh so
We
much,
laughed.
I couldn't get mad at him.
we laughed, man.
And why do you think you can't, teachers can't act like this anymore? Have this kind of relationship with their students?
I wasn't surprised when he hit it. When he did it, I didn't know what he was doing. And then I saw him in the prison movie, the football movie, and I said, this guy made it.
Do you remember the last time you saw him before then?
I used to see him at games. Sometimes you used to come to a game. I remember like calling you like,
I left in 85. So I still remember going to a game with Greg Ascalise and Shave. We were playing Memorial, and North Bergen beat Memorial. And I had his Uncle Greg, was a little boy on my shoulder, and I kept giving him money to say pinga and say culo and all these bad words in Spanish. And all the Cubans from Memorial were walking out, and then everybody started coming over and give Greg money to say pinga, culo, and fucking Shave was like, you
you see,
motherfucker.
he was like this as a kid.
Right, and it's a lot to handle now. I can't imagine at 8 in the morning.
As a kid.
Holy shit.
You know, man, these teachers gave you a reason to live.
7th grade, how
They-
old was he?
12, 11, they gave you a reason to do your homework. They gave you a reason that you wanted to do fucking good, you know? And that was, I always had one of those teachers every year that you had to go into school just to see them so you could feel better about yourself. I look at my daughter's teachers. There's no fucking personality.
Oh, forget
they're
it. I
young.
think of
They're
my
fucking,
grandson every
they're
day.
white, but I mean white. Like they're white, like, you know, white. Like, you know, they're on the level. Like that pen doesn't have enough ink. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's, and I could see why kids are the way they are now. When I told my daughter I was coming up here to see
Wish
you,
I was a superintendent of
Yeah.
schools and I could straighten out what I know. I mean, I taught for 49 years. I know what they're doing. I know it's half of it sucks. But what could I do as a teacher? Okay?
When do you think the shift started? Like around what year did people start? Like, did you have to start being a little bit more PC, or, you know, you couldn't do the stuff you were doing when you were teaching Joey? Like, when did that start changing?
In the high school?
Or just what year? Like the 90s?
No, it was yeah, because it's 30 more years. Yes, that's about right.
And what do you think made it change? Was it like cameras going around, or?
the attitude. It's just something, I
You know
don't
what
know.
it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's that kids don't sit at the table with their family at night and have dinner. Think about it. How many people, you know, I watch Blue Bloods. They every Sunday they sit around. I used to ask kids, you ever eat with your whole family? No, because the mother works at this time, the father works this time. You can never get, the sister has a job. You can never get them together. That changed everything. That family thing changed. That's why the kids they're a little crazy now. There's nothing, that's why they don't fear their parents. They're never with them. They're out playing. They come back. Me, if I did something wrong, my father was right there, right, waiting for me. Today, sometimes I couldn't get a parent to come. Or you get a parent and they come and her daughter did something bad in school. I forget what it was, but I saw it and she did it. And she said in front of her mother, I had the superintendent there and the principal because she wanted to sue us. So I said, that's what happened, because she said, how do you know? Because I saw it. But then she said, but you're lying. So I said, why are you saying I'm lying? He says, I was watching your body, how you acted. Like, you know, like body language. She said, your body language was wrong when you were talking. You got people like that, or people that don't care. You got people that make things up.
What about
They
when
don't realize.
Kingwell made me bring my mom in, but I hired the guy from my mother's bar to come in as my brother. I paid him like the small 20 to come in and be my cousin from Cuba. And Kingwell's like, next time I have to talk to your mom. And I played it off. Then the next time he goes, this time have your mom come in and I want to talk to her. I'm standing out there with her, and all of a sudden he goes, I told your other son. And my mother's like, what? I don't have another son.
Kids today are street smart. And they might be even better than we were.
No fucking way. They're street smart on a fucking computer or how to send you a text.
Let's put it this way.
Yeah. They know how to send a bomb to the school through VPN and shit like that. But they don't have what we had. There's no way. I see it every day. I see it in the kids that my daughter plays with. I see it in these kids. That we're going to have a hard time. But look at the 20-year-olds. A lot of 20-year-olds don't know what the fuck is going on right now. They just walk around. They don't know. And they go to college for 4 years and somebody pays them a bunch of money, and that's even worse. That's even worse. They don't know. They don't know anymore. Listen, there's not one of these motherfuckers that on a Friday night will pay $200 for 100 Quaaludes and sell them for $4 and make the quick 200. That will never happen again.
That might be a good thing.
They won't hustle with football sheets. There's no more delivering papers. See, that was the backbone of America. That was the backbone of America. That, now go get a job. If you're 14, you got to sign paperwork and the school. Listen, when we were kids, you walked into Tom McCann. You need somebody in the afternoon? Yeah, come back tomorrow at 2:30. When they went, you follow me? All these things went away. We lost the paper route. We lost the paper route. Nobody knocks on your door for the American Heart Association and says, I'm going to walk around Hudson County Park, give me a nickel for every fucking loop. You think I walked that thing every year? I kept half the money and gave the other half to the Heart Association. They don't have that. How many people robbed St. Michael's CYO for all the boosters? And I would sell them to $1 and take them back. Hey, come on. And I'm not saying you got to be a bad kid. I'm not saying that. But they don't have that mentality. You can't learn that. You can't learn that in a classroom.
I feel bad for the kids today, though.
Me too. And I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I see this. I don't see it as much as her. She does her homework. She does all that shit. But I see a lot of boys. Boys are not boys anymore. I remember in California, I signed my daughter up for a ballet class. The class had 6 fucking kids. 4 of them were boys. And the moms brought them in there with the silver shoes and the whole fucking guys. But that's out there. But here, again, when was the last time you went out and you got stuck in the snow and 3 kids were out there trying to hustle you for $10? That doesn't exist. We can't even get white kids to mow the fucking lawn. If I was Trump, that's the first fucking rule I'm making. I want to see white kids mowing lawns again. White kids don't mow fucking lawns. This is not good, guys. They don't have the mentality we were having at those young developmental years. You see your child. When I was a kid, my mom goes, you're not doing nothing today? You got to go to the bar and stock the ice and stock the beer. $20. Instead of just hitting me up for a 10, I'll give you 20. They don't do that no more. It's unheard. They have no social skills. Have you gone to a restaurant lately? Have you gone to a CVS? Have you gone somewhere and seen the process that they put you through? They just don't have it no more, Mr. Barone. And then, you can't fire nobody no more.
No.
God forbid. I'm Cuban. Let's call the Cuban American Association and sue them. I'm Portuguese. Whatever the fuck you are. I'm not pointing at anybody. But these are all the things you have with these kids. It's not good. It's not good.
No.
Instagram hasn't helped us. Social media hasn't helped us. Dog, I had to threaten my daughter to go out. And she goes out now. I said, at least 15 minutes, go dribble the fucking ball. Go dribble the fucking ball 15 minutes. And what kills me is that the kids I'm dealing with, their parents all grew up like we did. Why don't you encourage these fucking kids to go out? They got them in the house all day. Mr. Softy, stop coming in my neighborhood. No kids come out. Only me, my fat ass, my wife, and my daughter out there, Mr. Softy. It's not good, Coach. It's over. Kids don't have that American ingenuity we had. They don't
Kids
know.
are different too. I have 3 grandsons. You think one of them would have what I had? The girl, my granddaughter has it. She's on North Bergen. She played freshman. She played varsity as a freshman. Now she's a sophomore and she starts.
Basketball?
She's got she's got the thing I wanted the guys to have. They're playing with their computers, and I teased them all the time. Say, how could you have your sister a better athlete than you? I tease them.
I go to the gym
It doesn't work.
and I see kids boxing. Like, what happened? That's the first thing your mother taught you. Your father taught you how to put your hands up, and these kids are like, they got no
Who's the
legs.
kid- who's the kid from our area? His daughter wrestled.
Amanda Pace.
Who?
Amanda Pace.
Pace. Donald Pace's. You know him? He lived down by you. She got a scholarship. This girl. I went to see her wrestle. I don't watch any wrestling,
Not even pro wrestling.
but she was from North Bergen. This was for like the state championship,
Yeah.
or whatever, and she fucking kicked the shit out of this other girl. And Donald, I had Donald at school at McKinley. It was like a klutz. I hope he's not watching.
He'll watch it.
Would you, if you had were 22 again, would you be a teacher, knowing what you know, like right now? Like right now, you would.
Definitely.
Why? Even with everything going
I
on?
think, for me, I don't want to do anything else. Even just being in school, I used to be proud when I left, and I saved 2 kids by talking to them or yelling at them and embarrassing them, so maybe they catch it that way. You can't treat every kid the same, you know that. But it's a great feeling to know. And how do you find out? I bump into these kids every day. They're in every store, ShopRite, and they make you feel good. Kids say, "Oh, Wolfgang's here."
Mr. Brown, I want to thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being a great
I
fucking
love-
teacher
I
and a
love to
parent
talk to
and
you.
everything that you've done for a ton of kids, especially me. You changed my fucking life with humor, and that's it. You guys got to meet. He's changing flavors finally. Huh, cocksuckers? Tonight I'm at Freehold, sold out. Tomorrow night, me, Lee, Rich Voss are at Parks Casino. Next Tuesday, we're at the open mic again. And Wednesday, we're in Jersey City at White Eagle Hall. It's sold out. So I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'll add some more dates later. Lee, you got anything for these cocksuckers?
This week, I'm with you in Parks.
All right. I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to your families. And happen, beautiful people. We haven't seen you in a while. Where you been, Lee?
I know. I've been in fucking Maine.
14 days I haven't seen Lee.
It
Something
hasn't
like
been
that.
14 days. Well, close to it,
Close
yeah.
to it, yeah. Like 12
10 days,
That's
yeah.
dope. My heart was, I miss my little Jewy pudgy friend. You know what I'm saying?
You miss torturing somebody.
Nah, I always miss you. I worry about you. Things could happen. I don't know if you got mugged yet. So,
Trust me, that's like the biggest question on the internet
would you
right now.
stop? I
What do
know
you mean
it's
would
the
I stop?
biggest
You
question,
just brought it up.
but we want to mug you somewhere. Like people are like, you know what? We're just going to mug them on an off state. Like next time you go away with Josh Wolf, they'll mug you in Virginia.
That's exactly where I'll be May 30th.
There you go. See, I can feel it. I can fucking feel it. Yeah, it's been a great couple weeks. Last week I didn't do shit, guys. I was not feeling it at
Really?
all. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it last week. I didn't do comedy. I wrote a little bit, but basically just worked out, stayed at home with the girls. I was pretty quiet all weekend, too. I didn't do anything till last night. Last night was the first night I said, you know what? Let me wash my muffler and get out of the house.
No, when you say you didn't do anything, how many milligrams were you taking?
I'll leave it at that, though. You know
The
how
only
we
problem, I
do it.
didn't do shit. I did do 1,000 milligrams a night.
Friday night, I didn't. Friday night, I think I just ate like a half a mushroom chocolate bar. Like that was it. And I got a little giggly, whatever, but it was just like in passing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing really stuck me. There was no anchors to the ground. But Saturday, I went to a communion party that started at 1, and I knew there was going to be good food.
Oh, yeah.
So I took 600 milligrams at about 11 o'clock in the morning. Just to be ready, tip-top Magoo. As soon as I walked in there at 1, no stories. And sure enough, I sat down. I did a couple sangrias just to loosen up the fucking whatever.
But then, like, whenever, if I ever am that high and there's food there, like, I'm not gonna say hi to people when I walk
No,
in.
I
I'm just
didn't
gonna
say hi
walk
to
straight to
people
the
either.
food.
No. I walked in, sat down, said hello, gave the kid his fucking envelope, and then I attacked. You know me, why fuck around?
Dude, you saw me at their house a couple years ago. I walked in, didn't say a word, and then
No.
bagels appeared, and it like saved my life. But
Those are good fucking bagels.
yeah, if they come in a brown paper, I've never seen bagels coming in a brown paper bag
That's the
before.
old school way. That's when you know they're real. A Jew never delivers in a fucking silver container. A Jew shows up with a brown paper bag he's been carrying for years in that desert.
Oh,
There's everything in there, mofongo powder, everything, just to keep everything alive. You know what I'm saying?
well, that's I.
What? God damn it! What's up, dog?
I had some bagels like in Maine, and because before people would be like, "Oh, I had like it's not," and I didn't know what they meant. It was my first like not New York bagel and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is what they're talking about."
You've been eating non-New York bagels since I fucking knew you.
Yeah, but then
This
I
guy used to
didn't
buy the
live
Sara
here.
Lee bagels, the ones you bring home and put in the toaster. I'm like, Lee, you can't do that shit. Again, you live in the great. This is what I'm talking about. Even when you're in the greatest city, you still take
I
the
did it in
dumbest
Maine.
chance. You should start hanging out with my brother George more often. Both of you. I don't know what's going on, the circuitry. You don't eat a bagel. You live on fucking, what do you live? Times Square, right? A couple blocks from Times Square, you said?
Sure.
Okay. You don't eat, and all of a sudden you go to Maine, and now you decide you want a fucking bagel up in Bagelville.
I eat bagels here. I'm just
What is
saying.
Maine known for? Grapes or something like that.
They actually are known for blueberries. I didn't know that.
Blueberries, yeah, I knew it was grapes or something like that. So what makes you want to eat those things?
They
when you're
brought
out?
it to the office.
Well, then just because if I brought a piece of shit in a fucking hot dog thing, when you eat it, no, you're Jewish and you wanted to save the $10, so you opted in on the food they brought in.
I gotta be honest, it's not even the money thing.
You don't even eat breakfast, you fuck.
Unless it's free in there.
Oh, okay. Unless it's free in there.
Dude,
I don't want you eating outside bagels no more. You're a New Yorker now. Maintain it. You're a fucking Marine now. Maintain it. No more puffy bagels. No more Sara Lee bagels. None of that shit. You're in New York. You're a Jew. Act like it.
So what should I pick it up and throw it away?
When you see, don't even pick it up. Just go, I got to go get a bagel. And they'll go, why? There's bagels here. No. This is mushad. This is dog shit. This is dog shit. I'm on the East Coast. I don't deserve to do this to myself anymore. I did it for fucking 23 years in California. I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm not doing this. And you walk out and slam the door like Clint Eastwood. Bah! And make sure you put your scarf behind you. That's when they know you fucking mean business.
I should start wearing a scarf. Why don't I wear a scarf?
Listen, I don't know. If you wear a scarf, I'll stab you. But anyway. Yeah, I went to this fucking thing. I was stoned when I walked in there. I had hit the pipe. And I got some good weed this weekend. It was 39, 38, and 36%. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit.
And it's good?
Oh, my God. It fucked me up. And I went in there with the edibles. And at first, I started off slow. I took the tomatoes off the mozzarella because I love the tomatoes. So I just ate the tomatoes with pepper. I wanted to start off slow. Then the baked clams came. There were too many breadcrumbs in there. I don't know what's going on with people. How many breadcrumbs? There's a clam this big, and you put 2 teaspoons of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, because you want to hide the clam.
Yeah, no. Hide the clam in what?
In breadcrumbs.
That's like eating a 400-pound chick. You got to find the clit. You got to fucking, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to play find the clit. So it's the same fucking thing, right? Nobody wants to play that game.
Okay.
It's tough enough to find the G string when it's in there. It gets cupped in between a little fat leg over here, and you got to pull it out with a fucking scissor and cut it like a umbilical cord. You know what I'm saying? So
None of the chubby girls I had ever wore thongs. It was very sad.
you got to wear it. Listen, the thong is it's a size smaller.
Yeah.
So if they eat a lot of donuts or they get fucked in the ass, it just pops. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look at Lee. He's like a little retard.
You buy a chair that I have to fucking dangle my feet with, it's going to happen.
So yeah, I had that. I had some baked clams. Then the chicken came with the fucking potatoes and the scarpiello. Not too good, but I ate the chicken to get protein. Took
Okay.
the chicken off the bone.
0
to get
points.
Every protein. Then they were going to make steak pizza. But he didn't want a red sauce on it. Let me tell you something. It was one of the best cuts of meat I've had in a long time. I must have ate 50 pieces of those little meats.
Did you leave the kitchen?
I wasn't in the kitchen. I was in the fucking banquet hall, like everybody.
Oh, it was a
else.
banquet hall. I thought
What
it was at their
kitchen are you
house.
talking- what,
I don't
they have a
know.
chef? And then they brought. Listen to this. They brought baked zeppelis. Baked. The first bite, you're like, oh, this is different. But then you're like, holy shit, there's no grease. I must have ate a whole fucking bag. They had like every table had a bag of them. I kept mingling. I kept going over to every table, just stealing one big one. Like a fucking, they look like white horns. By my area, there was a circle of white powder. It was like 1987 in my fucking area. There was white powder everywhere on my sweats, my fucking shirt, my jeans. I ate a whole bag of those fucking things. Delicious. I'm going to tell you what else I ate the other night. I told you I got super high the other night.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to see what these Krispy Kremes all about. I'm going to stop at McDonald's and get a glazed Krispy Kreme. Dog, I tell you what, not bad. I only ate one of them. I gave the rest to the girls. Then we threw them out the next day, 3 of them.
Were they hot? Like, did they warm them up?
Warm, yeah, they weren't. They're in a little thing. And, I mean, listen, not bad.
Well, of course, it's a Krispy Kreme. It's always going to be good.
But they only got 3 brands. They got the white one, the clear, the chocolate with the sprinkles, and maybe something else.
Yeah, but it's McDonald's. Like, that's how you know they want us dead. If they had Krispy Kreme at McDonald's when I was going to McDonald's 4 or 5 times a week, I would be dead right now.
Listen, they should just put a casket outside McDonald's. Like the first guy to get like a business, call it McDorkins, and put it next to McDonald's, a funeral parlor, and then like bury people in their favorite like quarter pounder casket, fucking
McNuggets.
McNugget casket, the whole fucking thing. It wouldn't be like right now if you fucking opened up a funeral parlor and just put like caskets made out of
The French fries, yeah, you could put a whole family together.
French fry, you could put a whole family together. You could put them in the car eating the French fries, bury them, and 200 years from now, exhume them. The skeletons will be dust, but the French fries will still be there in the package, and one finger will be stuck on the bone. By the time you go get it, it just dissolves.
Dude, that's a crazy. Have you seen that? Where like scientists will have like a McDonald's meal under a glass for like 30 years, and there's not even mold on it. Like that's how like there's like 3 or 4 of these that I use. There's no. I think I ate more fast food than like, you know how they have like that Spotify Wrapped, like you're in the top 1% of U2 listeners. I think I was probably for a while in the top 1% of. I would eat fast food every day when I was 300 plus pounds. I love fast food, and it's disgusting, and I still like it.
I heard somebody saying that Wendy's is just
oh, they've ruined. And it was the best. Wendy's was number 1 when I was growing up. When the cups were yellow, and they had someone they were just talking about this in RU Garbage. They had a salad bar that had pudding and Jello on it for free, and then you could and then the spicy chicken sandwich. This sandwich used to be big, and now it looks like they microwaved it. I hate Wendy's now. Wendy's was number 1, and now it's
just the chili.
I never had the chili. Wendy's had chili.
Let me tell you something. The chili kept me together from 1997 to 2000, maybe 2001, because the chili and something else was on the dollar menu.
Probably a burger.
There was a burger, the little, and the baked potato. So for $6, man, that was lunch for me. I get the chili, the baked potato, which you didn't eat the skin even back then. Like I like the skin.
Right.
I always eat the skin first, but not there. The skin looked a little fucked up, but the potato is okay. And then I'd eat the cheeseburger with it.
I'm surprised you ate the chili. Isn't that just like the day-old cheeseburgers that they just put in there?
I didn't know. I don't know. At that time, listen, I was so I went day to day. So it was whatever I got. I was on that Josh Wolf block by Vista. I either got a turkey burger from Josh Wolf or fucking, So one of the places I went to was Wendy's, and the other place was, what's the Chinese place down the corner from there? It's well known. Like it's been there for fucking.
Oh, like an LA place.
Yeah, it was right there on the corner of La Brea and Sunset. There's a Chinese joint.
Oh, is it it's not the Chinese theater, is it?
No, is that the little fucking La Brea and Sunset?
I don't know where anything is.
Sunset of La Brea has a Chinese place on the corner that I went to for years. I forget what the fuck the name is. I would go there, get lunch At the same time, get my headshots done. There was like 20 things in that area to do. There was 1,000 things in that mall. They taught karate upstairs. Then across the street was the other headshot lady. And she was really hot, Asian. And her husband looked like Santa Claus. And we were going there every day to make copies. And one day the husband died. And somebody told me, like, the husband died. I'm like, I'm going to go in there and get dibs on that woman. It must have been like 98, 99. And I remember me and my friend Ricky Cruz had the biggest crush on that Asian woman. And we would go over there every day and try to hit on her. And she wasn't budging. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, nah, I'm no mood. But she was hot. So we would go over there and make those printing copies. That whole neighborhood was like an actor neighborhood. So everything you needed was in those couple streets. Fuck, it's going to kill me not to know the name of that Chinese joint.
Well, we'll look it up during the break.
Okay.
But so you'd go there and eat and get like the lunch special?
Lunch special was huge there.
How is it? Did you get anxiety about that? Like, because I know you didn't. It didn't seem like you minded being broke when you were back then. Like
I was used to it. It was just, listen, after a while, you get used to it, and you think you're going to be there for the rest of your life, so nothing really matters. You look at your credit card bills and you go, minimum payment, $300, good luck. You know, you used to look at your credit cards and go, I owe $60,000. And you look at the bill and go, I'm never going to get out of that.
Like that number could be 6 million at 60 grand.
You're never going to get out of that. Like at that, there's a number that you could always get yourself out of with an extra job and pray that your tire doesn't blow up or your engine doesn't blow up or your cat doesn't swallow a needle. You know, I remember being broke, dog, and my cat swallowed a fucking needle. And we had to scrape up $600 in like 10 credit cards. Like 32 off one, 18 off the other. You know, but that's the things that set you back. When you're trying to get debt off your fucking what? It's that fucking flat tire. And they can't get it. Now it's a $250 tire. That destroys you.
And it always happened, at least to me, it would always happen like right when I thought I was doing well. Like it would be like a couple weeks or a month of like, okay, I'm ahead now. It's
Put
okay.
money away. Everything's good. I filled up my tank. I got groceries. And then you hit a pole. I remember one day I hit something. And I called Ralphie to bail me out. I mean, there was no way. I just called him and told him the truth. Ralphie, I don't have a dime. I got no tires. And there ain't no way I can make a living or get anything to eat. He's like, go over to Goodyear. The Goodyear on whatever. Tell him I sent you. Tell him to call me up. I'll give him my credit card number. I told you, I had to do that once with him. It was just, there was no hope. There was no way I was going to get 4 tires. Even if I went to Las Filas and went to those little Mexican shops where the tires are $20, even at that, I couldn't afford $80.
Right. Because I've thought about that a lot. Because I've been very blessed that, like, you know, things get expensive and I have, you know, money gets tight. But you think about that, like a single mom or anybody who they're like, hey, you got towed, it's $200. And like, I don't.
Yeah, the car's done.
There's no way I'm going to get it.
$200, the car's done. I'll never see that thing again. Because if I do get $100 and then I'm looking for another 100, I'll buy a gram of Coke because I'm depressed because I didn't get the other $100. You know, there's always, guys, there's always something. You know, and there comes a time in your life when you go, okay, I'm in this debt. You know, college. Like I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago, and she has been out of college for 10 years, maybe, even longer.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying she still owes 50 large.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you walk around every day with a student loan debt of 50 large. I'm not judging.
That's
I
probably
used
low.
to walk around with a debt of 400,000 and not answer my phones. I couldn't even get a phone. It took me 12 years to get credit. And it started with Sprint. That's why I'm very loyal to Sprint. Because Sprint sided me for $200 a month. My package was $189. So every time I went over, they shut my fucking phone off and I had to run down there and pay $2.25 shit like that. You know, but Sprint billed me back up. And
Right.
then Terry put me on a loan. I paid it back and fucking, there was just so many things. But I disappeared for so long. Yeah. Those cards started collapsing in 92. I disappeared. I was like, I'm getting a pager. If these credit card people get a number of a pager, I'm hiring them. They're fucking the best. Because they would call me anywhere. I'd go to the bathroom here, and the phone would ring. You, Joey? Yeah, somebody wants to talk to you. Hey, it's Visa. It's Tom from Visa. Where you been? You were supposed to send that check last week. We never got it. Listen, your card's going to get cut down this Friday. You got to get a minimum payment in real quick to keep it, you know. And you're like, minimum payment? It's Friday. I got to make rent.
Yep.
Your minimum payment is going to the fucking landlord.
And there's like, they don't work with you at all, really. I've noticed.
No, who's going to work with you? You're a bum. You didn't pay the light bill.
No, but even if you do pay, like
You didn't pay the water bill. You're a bum. You didn't pay it for 6 months, and then you did this. You're a bum in their eyes.
right.
I sold cars, so I remember the credit reports and how the banks will look at credit reports. And how every time, you know, there's so many things to affect your credit rating to make it stronger. And there's a lot of things you could do that works against it. You don't even know.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, let's say on the other side, let's say you start doing one, you can start making payments, and you get busy, you're working, and you're late by 2 days, and like, sorry, we're gonna ding your credit report. Sorry, late charge.
Listen, if you've been working, you could call them sometime.
Every once in a while, but some of
You
them are
could call
assholes.
them. Dog, I know. It's like, all right, people tell you not to file for bankruptcy. But if you call those debt consolidation places, they're fucking worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they cut a deal, they get it wiped off. So, listen, in my situation, when you look at a bankruptcy, you're dead for 7 fucking years. That's a long time to be dead for. That's dead. That's dead. I was dead for like 13 years.
And was it hard for you to like get? I mean, you weren't even applying
I had a credit
for
card
apartments.
that was $250.
Okay.
That was 82%.
Jesus.
So if I put a sandwich on it at the airport, it was just to travel. My wife got me a $250 card just to travel, but it was 30%. So if I got a cheeseburger, it was $42. And that shit was ticking. That's another company that would call me and go, hey, you're at $298. You better make a payment right now. We're going to shut down the card. You know, it was fucking brutal, you know. And then I had that. The pager, which doesn't fucking get you anything. And then a friend of ours opened up a Sprint store on Hollywood on Sunset, right by the comic book store where we did the podcast at.
Yeah.
Right there. There used to be a Sprint store there.
Okay.
And he told me, he goes, come in, I'll get you hooked up for $200. Come in. And I was like, he ain't going to do it. He fucking did it. And then that builds up a little bit. And then, you know, guys, who the fuck knows? To this day, I'm still leery of credit cards.
They're very scary.
I'm leery of credit cards. I'm happy they're ATMs. I'm happy that when you go there, you got the money in the bank. And that's it. It's yours. It's not yours. But that other shit, that's the quickest way of shooting yourself in the head. It's like the other day. And listen, you guys are going to look at me and go, Joey, you're a hypocrite. No, I'm going to tell you the truth. The other day, I'm watching this fucking, I was watching something, sporting event. And Terry, my wife, goes, that's just weird that there's a sports betting line on the TV. And I go, Terry, this is it. Listen, when you grew up in this area as a child, guys talk gambling all the time. So eventually you put in that first 5-timer, which was $5 to win 25 or lose 30, you know, and you get, and I grew up with 3 or 4 people got into gambling problems. But I predict in the next 10 years, 5 years, the gambling problem is going to be worse than it's ever been. Because it's introduced to these kids at a young age, and it's accepted. You know? When I was 18, you had to call a guy, hi, Black Cavalier. Yeah. Now, you just put 200 on your books, and you're ready to rock. At 18, 19, little Joey, the kid around the corner had 3 or 4 accounts. He's fucking 10. He's 10. FanDuel and another one, you know. These kids figure it out. I don't give a fuck. The same way we figured out how to get somebody to buy liquor for us, they figure out how to open up. They'll go in front of the mother and take their hand while they're sleeping. And yeah, there's 1,000 things, right?
And even then, like I'm sure kids get credit cards on their phones now, and bank. All you have to do is attach it to a bank account. I mean, like luckily, a lot of these major like people they verify everything, but you never know. They could get into their parents' account and place bets. I'm sure that happens. It's the whole like even just everything the phone brings to kids is crazy.
Everything, like everything in your world is on your fucking phone. Like somebody steals your phone, they're crafty, you're done. You're done because they've allowed that. They've allowed it to put Apple Pay and this pay and boo pay. I don't pay nothing with my fucking phone. I got an ATM card and I got a pocket. And that's where I pay from. I don't need to king, king like a fucking idiot to be cool in front of your friend. I don't need that. I don't need to order ahead.
You don't order ahead?
No, I don't want them to know I'm coming. Why are you going to call somebody and let them know I'm coming? You're going to shoot me. I'm coming right into your hands. You want to poison me with that coffee or whatever?
Nobody gets.
I don't do none of that. I show up and you put the order in and you watch them. You look in their eye. You black dog because they don't know. Who's the order for? Lee. Okay, they don't know fucking Lee unless you go in there every day and you start a relationship with them. But today, nobody talks. They go to a counter, right? There's a food. They put a bag on a thing.
Right.
You walk in, you look at it, thank you, and you walk out. You don't know. They don't know you from Adam.
No, people steal that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I would, dog. Can you imagine in my day? Shit, I'd be eating for free like a motherfucker right now. Walking into Starbucks, fucking lifting. I see it all the time. And people they leave it there. They wait for the Uber. How many times have I been in Starbucks with my daughter? And there's a couple of those drinks and fucking cherry drinks. And all of a sudden some fucking dude walks in like he just ran out of a track. You know, like he's just getting chased out of the racetrack in Freehold, which is closed. But he comes out and he's like, the Uber. So Uber picks up coffee for you.
Uber will pick up anything you want.
I'm too old school. I can't do it.
No, I
don't want to order ahead. Unless if I have to order, like there's 2 or 3 things I could order from my favorite restaurant, Osteria. I could order chicken parm and they'll cook it for me. I could order anything and they'll pick it up. And I trust them.
Right.
Everybody else, I don't want to trust nobody. I want to go there and order and see what they do and how they act, like with a Chinese restaurant.
Right.
I want them to see them make it. It's right there, the kitchen.
But you can't usually see into the kitchen.
There's 2 restaurants in my neighborhood you can see in the kitchen for Chinese places.
I had no idea that was part of like the...
Oh, yeah, that's the whole thing. When they get the food on the wok, the cat, they throw gasoline on that motherfucker, the thing blows up. They still yelling, "Atao, atao, papi, pa."
Do they ever get mad at you for just staring at them? Are you like mean mugging them the whole
I'm
time?
fucking amazed by them. Listen, if I go to how many restaurants you go to there, a la fresco, whatever the fuck, where the kitchen's wide open and the chef, I would never work at one of those places.
No?
Like if I was a chef, listen, this is what I need is a bunch of fucking jerk-offs looking at me. Go fuck yourself. El Nido has 3 tables for VIPs that you just look in the kitchen.
Yeah, they have tables in the kitchens at some restaurants.
No, I'm not doing that. I got to perform like a seal now. It's hard enough I got to cook. Now I got to have 3 idiots like, looking at me with a fucking glass of whatever the fuck they're holding. I forgot it was Cinco de Mayo yesterday. What a fucking fucked up holiday.
You didn't like Cinco de Mayo?
Well, it's like a bullshit holiday because it doesn't. Even Mexicans don't do it. It's for white people to drink margaritas. Like right now, if you go anywhere on Route 22, any of those Mexican explosion, that's what you're gonna see. A bunch of white girls about to get raped. You know what I'm saying? With that fucking tequila and shit, letting themselves off. Somebody slips a roofie with a tequila, you're done. You wake up, what happened? Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. You dumb fuck. You should have stayed home.
It is kind of amazing how like there's so many holidays that if you boil them down, or just people want to get fucked up.
But you don't know. You only know 1 year when you puke on that holiday. When you puke on Cinco de Mayo and you wake up the next morning, you're like, what? I went to a bar. There was no Mexicans there. There was not one Mexican jumping up and down. The only Mexican was the busboy. And they treated him like shit. They were whipping him the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, and like, what about like St. Patrick's Day? Isn't that really not like? Do Irish people really care about that?
Yeah, but listen, you don't want to entangle the Irish.
What happens with the Irish?
alone. Just leave them alone. It's that day. St. Patrick is Italian, right? That's how fucked up it is. So just don't worry about it. If they offer you a drink, you take it. Like Mother's Day is bullshit. It just makes me sentimental. I go, what the fuck? Mother's Day is every day.
Right.
In your world, Mother's Day is every fucking day. Calling them, thinking about them, whatever. Right?
You'd hope so.
And then Father's Day, that's the worst. That's the worst of all the fucking holidays.
You don't like it?
No. Like, I fight hard every day for that little fucking munchkin.
So what? And you don't want? I don't know. It's not nice.
What are we going to do? Go to a park, look around?
You get to grill.
Happy Father's Day. Let's go eat. There's nothing there. It's a homemade holiday.
That's true.
You know, it's like I think they're going to change a bunch of holidays back. Like they're going to bring back Columbus Day and something else and something else. No more Androgynous Day. That shit got cut out. That's it.
There's one change that I saw that I wanted to get your opinion on.
Which is?
They're opening Alcatraz.
Okay.
Let's just say they do. Could you imagine, like, being sent there? That's fucked up.
After the guy mugs you, well, they'll send him there. How's that?
Let's hope. Well, yeah, fuck him.
Have you been to Alcatraz?
Yeah.
Me too. I've been like 2 times. Tremendous. You take the fucking boat out there. I don't think people would survive out there now.
Yeah.
I think it's been a big difference in weather, climate. That's a cold motherfucker out there.
Probably.
I'm going to repeat it. That's a cold motherfucker out there. I'm going to repeat it. That's a cold motherfucker. September, you go to those stadiums, you freeze. I can't even think about October when Barry Bonds was hitting those home runs into the ocean, whatever the fuck.
Right.
Those games were fucking, you freeze to death. You would see those people out there like freezing.
I mean, it's California. I knew it was a little colder. I didn't know it was that cold. Do you think it's...
Dog, I remember I went up there with Felicia. I left Burbank Airport. It was 100 degrees. I had a white T-shirt on. And I landed in San Francisco, and I had to stop in Fisherman's Wharf and get one of those Welcome to San Francisco sweatshirts. In July, it was fucking 60 and freezing because that wind comes off that ocean blazing. Blazing.
Yeah.
Remember, so what's the writer? What's the famous writer? The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, the coldest winter he ever spent was a summer in San Francisco.
And
Mark
then-
Twain. There you go. So Alcatraz is a prison unless they reheat it. You know, it's so out-functioned now.
Yeah, no, they couldn't put people there now.
Yeah, but it doesn't, listen, here's what the purpose of a prison is punishment.
Right.
It's not for you to go to a vacation or anything like that. That's the real purpose of a fucking prison. And to try to get rehabilitated, which they don't give a fuck about. They think putting you in a hole with no windows is going to rehabilitate you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, what's that Colorado Supermax? You don't even see sunlight there.
Really?
That's under the fucking ground. They built it in.
Oh, shit.
So it's like 2 or 3 floors in.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I wish we had all this shit used so we could show people. But all that shit was a prison that was built down. So it's like either 2 or 3 floors. That's where America's worst are at. All the terrorists, all the people, that's where they put them. You're not ever going to see fucking daylight again.
They might like Alcatraz then.
Who?
It's kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Like to go from in the ground? I didn't know it was in the ground. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
even trying to be funny.
No. I'm not talking about Alcatraz. I'm talking about the one in Colorado.
Right.
Supermax, whatever the fuck. And then then you're going to open up Alcatraz, which again, it doesn't pertain to me because I'm not planning on doing any crimes.
Of course not.
There's 2 or 3 I'd like to do. I'd like to do them.
That's all. I would have thought it'd be way more.
That's it. So if they open it, listen, prison in this country is a business.
Uh-huh.
There's no end of topic to it. There's maybe 3 people who'll tell you that, yeah, we could do it and people could get better. No, it's not. It's just a business. They open up halfway houses, prisons. You know, it's a business. So, yeah, we got more criminals, so you might as well open up more prisons.
I can't imagine. Like, to be in Alcatraz just seemed extra scary. I didn't,
It's 24 hour.
because like no one's ever escaped.
Well, they did. Clint Eastwood escaped.
I apologize.
Nobody caught that dude. Nobody found the body. They just found the shackles years later. Okay. The sharks could have fucking ate him, but that dude was never found. So let's just say he didn't really escape. He tried. He tried.
There were a bunch of people. I think it was like 12 or 14. I think I read today.
And nobody.
No, only that one guy who like they didn't find.
They didn't find.
But it's I don't know. But like the amount of money it would cost to rebuild it. Like like you just said, prison is a business. Do you think we should be spending like our money on like building? I don't know. That seems fucked up.
I mean, who we're gonna throw in there? Homeless people?
I guess.
And give them their own island, homeless island out there. Send the migrants out there with them. You see, today they didn't have the sweatshirt on. Today they had the camouflage hat. I saw like 3 of them walking around with the camouflage hat. My favorite migrants. But no, all jokes aside, listen. It's like anything else. If you build it, they'll come.
Right. Yeah.
You build Alcatraz, rebuild it. I don't know what it's going to cost. I'm not a construction. This is the first I heard about this.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, listen, keep opening them up. And there's a bunch of other prisons that are fucking shut down, maybe. Ratty, listen, it's a prison. It's not supposed to be the Four Seasons. It's fucking prison. Yeah, you got your little Lompoc for the Italians up there in Northern California. They go up there and learn how to play tennis and ride horses. You got the one on the East Coast. I forget what it is. You got prison camps that are fucking pretty nice, but you've earned your time. You've paid for an attorney. You know what I'm saying? You maintain him. You covered your bills. Now it's time to celebrate a little bit. You go up to Lompoc. That's where all the pimps go. But not everybody's going to get to go up there.
Right.
You know? So, you know me, dog. I ain't planning on going back to jail. But
Fuck no.
So I don't think. And then you have the one in Cuba that they're using.
Oh, Guantanamo.
Guantanamo. Aren't they using Guantanamo, too? What's that?
Just for them, for the migrants. Alcatraz too.
Oh, it's just for migrants?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
But why are we building? See, again, I don't want to get into politics, but why are we building a jail to put migrants in there? Send them back. Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. See, when you're like let's say I didn't have paperwork and I came from Cuba 14 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I do something wrong, anything. I throw a wrapper on the floor. If a cop pulls me over and takes me down, it's a whatever violation. They could take you back to Cuba.
Damn.
If
Okay.
you get in trouble here, not throwing a piece of wrapper on the floor, but you know what I'm saying. Like if I commit a heavy-duty crime and they take me down to immigration, they could pull me out of here. And then for those people are going to just shoot me. That's all they do. They just shoot you. You're a traitor to the country. You came here. You left on a raft.
Oh, if they send you back to Cuba?
Yeah, if they send you back to Cuba, they just shoot you. And everybody knows that. That's why they have all these fucking people trying to get human rights violations down there. There's tons of them, and they don't give a fuck. They're a communist country. You think their prisons have TVs and remote controls, and they give you 3 eggs for breakfast, and it's club fed? You think that's what they got down there?
No.
Dog, it's brutal. There's no air conditioner. That island gets hot. Power goes out. There was a jail that they would just make them walk around naked. Can you imagine that? Being in a prison with men naked. And there's a hole in the floor, and that's where you shit and piss. Good luck getting to that fucking hole.
Especially where I am now. Like I can't. If you grew up there, like I don't know. If you grew up there, is it less crazy, or is it just as crazy?
If you grew up in Cuba?
Yeah.
Well, half the people in a Cuban prison aren't there because they're real criminals. It's because they broke a political policy. Like
They're putting people like that in that kind of prison?
Okay.
I thought this was like Supermax.
Well, no. They have a couple prisons in Cuba. They have many detention centers and shit like that. But in every province, as they call them, they probably have a prison, right?
Okay.
But if you don't go to school, like I forget what the rules were. If you didn't go to work like 3 days in a row, they put you in jail. They do a ton of shit to you that we don't know about, or some of us do, but they do. But I know when I met people 40 years ago that were just getting out of Cuba for Mariel, it was brutal. On Saturdays and Sundays, you had to go to a meeting place, and Fidel spoke for 8 to 10 hours. And you have to stand there in the heat, and there's people watching in the audiences to see if you're falling asleep. You have to clap after everything he said. You had to do all that shit. If people saw you not clapping, they come over, get you, and throw you in fucking jail, give you a beating. It's fucking brutal. And to think that we're 90 miles from that, and it's been close to 60 years, 70 years, 60 years that nobody has done shit.
Right. I mean, and that's like it's a hard question because we I don't want to get political either, but like there has to be some fine line. Like you were an immigrant, like so like you understand where these people are coming from. Like a lot of people are in fucked up situations, and like that's kind of what America was built on. But it obviously went like a lot too far.
It's really weird how I feel about all that stuff. When I first moved to Jersey, a couple miles away is the Club 35.
Okay.
35 Triple X. It's a club that my friends owned, and it's just a strip club that's buck wild. It's buck wild in there. But the first time I went in there to see him, he said to me, all those girls over there are Cuban. So after a couple minutes, one of them will always come up to you and talk to you, and I started talking to one that was young and nice. She was about 25, and I'm looking at this girl, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful on these streets. If you dressed her up and shaved her eyebrows and, got her tightened up, she's a fucking knockout. She was blonde. She was funny. And, I would give her like $30. Just sit here, talk to me. And I would ask her creepy questions about Cuba. And she would wait for me some nights. She'd go, it's Wednesday. You're going to come? Like the whole thing. I liked it. And I don't know. Ever since the club closed down, I don't know what those fucking people are doing now. But I would talk to her, man. And it would make me really fucking sad.
Why?
That place is still doing that. Like these people get on now you could leave. Now if you do the paperwork, you could leave, but you got to leave somebody down there. Like this girl had her mother down there. Her father lived in Miami, but her mother was down there. And she was taking trips once a month to go down there. That's why she stripped. But they're hookers. But they've been hookers since they were 14.
In Cuba?
14, 13, they're out there for the tourists and all these fucking animals that go down there to fuck 14-year-old hookers.
I didn't know that about
And then
Cuba.
these girls come up here and they're buck wild. Cuban chicks, when they go off the rails, they're buck wild. They'll say shit to you that you're like, oh my God. Like she was talking about sucking my ball through my asshole and sucking the true sperm out of it. And I'm like, why are you talking about it? This ain't going to happen. They're on a different fucking level. And I would talk to them, how long have you been doing this for? Since I was 14. Sometimes I'd be sitting there watching a game and she'd come over like nothing and go, come on, go have a good time. Go get your dick sucked. Get any one of these chicks to suck your dick. I mean, it was fucking insane how that's their mentality. But I would ask them about like different things, the food. And man, it's not good. It's not good.
What happened?
Just they don't have no meat.
Really?
You get like a laundry list every month of shit. 3 cans of ginger ale, 8 eggs, but you got 30 days. We eat 2 eggs a day, right?
At least
30 days. That's 60 eggs. They get 8 eggs for 4 people for a month. They could probably get like 2 cups of coffee for a month. You got to keep reusing the filter and figure out. They call it white coffee. That's what they call it in Cuba. White coffee now or some shit. They don't even have the coffee no more. The soil where all the fucking, those great tobaccos were grown, that soil has been abused. There's no good soil left. They've been banking on that soil since fucking 1920. It's 2025. That soil is fucking, that's why they're coming from the Dominican Republic. Are they not? There's, like, Dominican cigars are big.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
That's, they got a grid that hasn't been built. I think a pirate built it, the electrical grid. Every time there's a storm, they lose power for 3 or 4 days.
And it's still a communist country?
Still a communist country, but then on the other side of that, again, I'm talking hypocrisy because my cousins are there.
Okay.
My cousins belong to the National Cuban Band. And guess what? They don't suffer. They don't suffer. They have beautiful homes, swimming pools. They get great money. My cousin performs every night. I'm not talking shit about her. I'm just telling you the realities of that fucking communist country. These people, they barely eat. They got no shoes. You see the cars in Cuba? Fucking a Cuban could fucking fix a car up, dog.
Right, they're all like 70-year-old cars,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, 70-year-old fucking cars. And they still got them on the road with duct tape and elbow grease.
And I just don't know. Our problem is they're a communist country, like, so we don't let anything go in. Is that the deal?
We have an embargo. So nothing American could go in there. We can't help them. We can't do anything. So they would maintain for years off of Russia. And then Russia went broke, and then they cut them off. So I think the only thing Cuban has is sugar. Yeah. They trade, but not sufficient. And the government takes all the big packages. You know what I'm saying? They just give you little buds.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, we're not, listen, we could sit here and talk about Cuba. There's places in Africa that are like that. I mean, listen, man, we goof around a lot and all that, but what's Palestine look like? Think about all these places now on earth. Think about what our fucking freedoms are. How we get up and go get a hot dog. We get up and fucking go smoke pot or something like that. And then there's these fucking people and now you have to think about how lucky was I that God let me be born in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Like, did you ever think about it? You could have been born in Africa with flies on you and people coming up to you with a dish in their mouth trying to talk to you and shit. And you're like, I don't know what the thing. And I'm not saying that's bad. They might be looking at us.
Yeah.
Go and look at those billy goats in America with everything. But you ever think of that? That's when it really gets scary, when you're like, how lucky am I that I wasn't born during fucking, in India during the fucking, the cow scare of 1922 or whatever the fuck it is. You guys don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
You have to at times go, why was I so lucky that I was born in this country instead of Switzerland or fucking somewhere that's not kosher, where you see people like, you ever see that late night commercial and all those people have the fucked up lips and you got to send them money,
Like cleft
lip,
palate or whatever.
yeah, pal. How come we weren't born there? How lucky or what? So when you start thinking about that, you go, you know what? I got to do something with my fucking life.
Yeah. We're very lucky.
So it's pretty fucking interesting. Let's take a breather. We're going to talk to you about a couple things today. DraftKings, Nick, Blue Chew. You know how we do it. We'll be back. Hey, Uncle Joey here. Listen, I'm trying to class up my life, and that includes nicotine pouches. Nick is the best, so that's what Uncle Joey's going to use. Let me tell you something. These pouches are made with natural coconut fiber instead of wood pulp, and the flavors are amazing. Right now, I'm going to pop my favorite over here. This little raspberry lemonade is tremendous. My favorite. Listen, they got a bunch of flavors and nicotine strengths to choose from. So the world is your oyster. They even have a 0 milligram option available this month, so you can dial in the perfect experience. Listen to me. It's time to upgrade your nicotine pouches with Nick, just like I did. Right now, today, my listeners, the church family, get 35% off when you order through my exclusive link at nykdpouches.com/church, CHURCH. You can use the code up to 3 times. 3 times. Don't wait. Get 35% off right now on nykdpouches.com/church. And check out the church bundle with my favorite flavors. That's nykdpouches.com/church. NYKD products are only for adults of legal age, you little young hooligans. And every order is age verified, so don't even try it. This product contains nicotine. And warning, it's an addictive chemical. But listen, get down with Nick, Jack. Yo, Uncle Joey's here, and UFC 315 is almost here. I almost made that like a little rhyme. We got 2 big title fights with Muhammad versus Della Maddalena and Valentin Shevchenko versus Marion Fioret. It's going to be a good time, so you better get those bets in with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the UFC. If you're brand new to DraftKings, here's something big. New customers can bet $5 and get $200. Bang, bang, and bonus bets. That's insane. But we got it going on over at DraftKings. Where else can you get $200 to bet out of nowhere? That's right. Do you want to sit on the sidelines or you want to get in on the right there, under the action? Hear the punches, the kicks. DraftKings got over. DraftKings got how they're going to win. TKO, decision, or a knockout or submission. It's tremendous. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Pressing code JOEY, Joey, to get it on the UFC 315 action. That's code JOEY for new customers. New customers to score 200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings, where the crown is yours. Ha 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 ha.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
We're back, bitches. Anyway, Lee Syatt is fucking done because he took a week off. He went to training. Everything was good.
Took a week
He
off.
went up there with his girlfriend. That means they're on 5 milligram edibles and the whole thing. And then
Do
he
I
went
ever
to,
get to defend myself?
then
No,
his
it's not
mother's
a week
surprise
off.
party. He
It's
couldn't eat.
400 milligrams.
Yeah, but that's why.
Yeah,
'cause
but what do you mean that's
we
why?
gotta shock the fucking system. You took 10 days off. Didn't even bring an edible up there with you. Dicked around for 2 fucking weeks. You know, now you want to tell me, I know what I'll talk about. My mother's 70. Listen, leave me alone, all right? You ate Puerto Rican food at some white people's house.
No, Puerto Rican food
Nah,
was really
they're
good.
white Puerto Rican.
But yeah, dude, if anyone had 400 milligrams, people come up to me and they tell me, like, I've had doctors come up to me and be like, we're surprised, like, you're okay.
Oh, tell them to go fuck themselves. They're all pussies, dude, these fucking doctors. They're a bunch of fucking pussies. They don't know dick about dick.
They know something.
I'm surprised you're still alive. If they knew so much, how come when I took the 800 milligrams in the hospital and my heart rate was up above the moon, how come they couldn't figure it out, okay?
Because they don't think people
And
are
they
going to
looked in
dose
my
themselves
eyes
with
for like
edibles
10
in
minutes.
the
They were looking
hospital.
in my eyes. They had lights in there. I'm like, you find the fucking ailment, you fuck. And they couldn't find it. So don't believe it, doctor. They don't know dick about the THC world. I've been involved in the THC. I'm 62 years old. You got to, at this point, you got to say, he's been doing something for 50 fucking years. Because 12 is usually the starting point. I've been in this shit for 50 years. Nobody's died. Nobody's OD'd. Nope. Well, there's a couple people who have become retarded. But God loves them too. You know what I'm saying? God loves the retards too, and I'm one of them. I know it's affected me, but fuck, you're not going to come to me with some Chinese story about reefer. Maybe anything else or pills or whatever. Not reefer. I've been living proof, and all across the country. All across the country, from Thai weed in 83 here, all the way over there to the shit from the Golden Triangle before it was even the Golden Triangle.
What's the Golden Triangle?
I'm not going to tell you. It's those 4 cities, like up in Northern California by Humboldt and the other ones, and they grow weed up there.
Okay.
It looked like fucking coke in the 80s. That's how many white powders was in the fucking bag. So now people are going to come tell me about THC. I don't fucking think so. That's why when I go to weed stores, I just get aggravated. When people tell me that, oh, it's 29%, but you got terpenes. Listen, these terpenes don't do nothing. I need torpedoes, not terpenes. Terpenes are for faggots. I need torpedoes to shoot in my fucking brain. You know, dog, we don't even get high on 29, 30% weed. I don't.
No.
I got to put it up there and add macukia juice to it and fucking, we've worked hard for this tolerance, and I'm fucking proud of it. So fuck you and fuck them. And fuck the doctor, too, who's going to tell you. I hate when people, listen, you're not going to tell me that you got a license to smoke weed because your foot hurts. Listen, I'm too old. I'm too old. Just look me in the eye and go, listen, I like getting fucking high. Okay, then. Don't tell me you get high. Not you. I'm not.
No, I know.
Like I'm accusing you. I'm not accusing you. You're a good egg. What I'm
you.
saying is that fucking, people want to right away, well, he's been smoking pot. I'm sick and tired of people blaming everything on fucking drugs. You know, and maybe you were a retard when you started and you shouldn't have done drugs. Did you ever think of that? Because I know that was my problem. I wasn't ready for drugs, but I indulged in them and then went deep. And I wasn't ready for that. It broke me. And somewhere I made it back. I don't know where the fuck I made it back. I'm not all there, but I'm not fucked up either, hearing things. I live a very normal life. It's not like I'm fucking, what do I care? If the weed keeps my powder dry, so be it. You have to
Right.
figure out in life what keeps your powder dry. For some people, it's reading a book. For some people, it's jumping off a fucking building. For some people, it's getting their dick sucked. And for some people, like me, I'm very content when I get smoke weed at night. Very content. Very content.
And is it something you see yourself doing for the rest of your life?
Fuck yeah. Till I'm in that fucking recovery room with the ear cancer and the fucking, you can't smoke in here, the oxygen. Go fuck yourself. I'm blowing the whole place up. Yeah, I'm blowing the whole fucking place up. I'm not going silent at night. I'm Uncle Joey, bitch. Speaking of which, we've discussed this person on the show again over the last couple months because it's my entertainment right now. I don't have much entertainment, but my form of entertainment is to torture certain people. I've been waiting 8 months to torture this girl, and she finally gave me the answer. This morning, I wake up at Monday morning like I do every fucking Monday, 6:15, and I just picked up my phone. I have my Whoop on there for sleep, so I usually do that when I'm waiting for the coffee to brew. I hit the Whoop button, and it tells me how hours I slept, how many times I woke up in the middle of the night. And usually, because I don't do drugs anymore, I don't have anybody calling me late at night. Every once in a while, I got somebody from California. There's a guy that's a writer that hits me up, but he fucking forgets. Like, I get the text message at 3 in the morning. I'm like, this guy's and he's from New York. That's what really burns me up. And he still texts me at 12 o'clock thinking it's 9 here. That's how retarded he is. So I got to hit him up every once in a while and go, what the fuck, how? So this morning I woke up to 3 texts, and one of them was from this crazy girl. And I opened it up, and she goes, good morning. I just want to let you know I went to see a palm reader, one of those people, and he said that you should be in my life. And he told me, or she told me, that I'm from a different planet. And I always knew that I was from a different planet, but then I went home and told my mother, and she said that she's honored that that planet let her raise this girl. Now,
Hold on.
dog, I don't know what this is. So I put the fucking phone down. I get my glass of water with 22 ice cubes. I drink like 3 glasses of water. I go outside. It was raining this morning, but I still went outside. I had a hooded sweatshirt. So I went outside. I thank God for giving me another day. I'm thankful for what I got and for what I don't got. And then I deal with the world. And after I finish that cup of coffee, I deal with the world. I didn't even deal with it then. I went downstairs and I sprayed the shit in my lungs and fucking read Yahoo. There was something I wanted to see if Houston won last night. I was looking through all that. Then I finally went out, I smoked, and I came in. I go, now I'm ready to look at this fucking text message. Because sometimes I think I can't read. Sometimes I look at text messages and I don't even know who sent them. Like sometimes I can't see that. It's dark in my room when I get up, and then I just go to the bathroom, put my sweats on. So I look at this message again. I got a message from a buddy of mine and some other lunatic. And I look at her message. This is the one I wanted to see again. And again, I read, I went to see a hand reader, whatever the fuck. And he says that we should stay friends and that fucking I'm from another planet. And I always knew I was from another planet. Something just crazy talk. I had to put my glasses to actually look at it. And that she told her mother, and the mother said she's honored that the planet gave her to raise. And I'm like, wow, this is fucked up. I didn't even answer it. I just erased it because it was too heavy in the morning. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that heavy in the morning. I got a 12-year-old, and she's going to come down the stairs any minute with some fucking nonsense. And I sit there and take it. I'm to that point where I just turn the chair around and sit there and watch her just spiel about something that I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah, but that's...
But then I thought about it throughout the day, and I'm like, this is my hook to torture. I get like one of those lights that people put up in front of those clubs in front of New York. You know what I'm saying? When you pull up in your limo and the light's going around.
Right.
We'll put one of those things in front of a house like 50 yards, like a beam of light. that just shines through her window when she's watching TV, and we'll set her up like that, little by little. Leave like Martian shit on her car or something.
You're gonna
Well,
she's gonna go nuts.
So who cares? She's already nuts. If somebody goes to a palm reader, like if I went to a palm reader as a goof and this motherfucker told me that I was from another planet,
How'd you feel?
what would I do?
Yeah.
I'd tip him and walk out of there. Well, I don't know. I don't fucking know, but I wouldn't believe it, you know. I mean, I don't even want to get into that because then the fucking conspiracy people come after me, but it's just fucking weird what's happening in America today. It really gets. Grab the water. It's okay. Did you see that? He just had his hand up like Chiller Theater. Remember? He had that little Jew hoof up, like he was scared. He couldn't even know what a. This is 400 million, and I ate like 6. This motherfucker.
I didn't see you eat 6.
I ate 2 here with you, and I ate 1 on the way up, and I smoked a blunt on the way up because it was bumper to bumper traffic, and I couldn't see. So I said, "Fuck it. If you're walking on ice, you might as well dance. If you're not gonna see with all this rain, I might as well." I had this half a blunt left, dog. I smoked it yesterday at my daughter's game. On the way to the game, because I was running late, I was fucked up. My wife went and got McDonald's for everybody. I killed that shit. And then me and her were both sick last night. We had stomach aches. I had like 6 of those McNuggets and some fries and a Dr. Pibb, and I was fucking fucked up. Mr. Pibb, whatever, Dr. Pepper, I don't even know no more. What happened, Lee? You're not going to give me the hand? He had the hoof. Who is right? Yeah, I told you. We ain't fucking around here no more. We're adults now. You know what I'm saying? The church in L.A. was something different. You took 2-3 years off. And I told you, we're going to kick it back up again. But then you started fucking around with those edibles from New Hampshire and the faggy bagels and the whole fucking deal. And then now this is why you like this. You could eat 400 and fucking do backflips when I met you.
No, first of all, no, I couldn't.
Yes, you could. Now you eat 400. Look at you. You're not even going to remember the score of the Celtic-Knick game tonight. That's how fucked up you are, cocksucker.
It's not going to be good.
No, but it's okay. You need this once in a while. You were too much of a...
What do you mean?
Last week you had a faggy week. That's bullshit. Work, a surprise party for mom. Come on. We got to pick it up a little bit. You got to tell me about some sex clubs. I got to have
Sex clubs.
I got to have Eric come back here and take you for some sex
love
club.
that.
That's what you need.
I don't want to go to the sex club, but I love to see
You
her.
need something. You need something because you're too,
There was one.
You live in the city, you eat a bagel in New Hampshire. I've never seen anything like this. What?
There was a sex club that opened up in Connecticut right next to a church they just found.
Okay, did you join?
No.
Then why are you bombing me for? Did you bring me a coupon so you could call them up and harass them?
No, I think they're closing it because it's like right next to a church.
Oh, well, I don't understand. They work from strength because if you want freaks, go to a church. That's where all the freaky, all those people that pray to God, they're the ones that fucking fuck little hookers on Tuesday nights after bingo and all that shit. They go down there and fuck a black chick even though they tell their wife they're racist,
Right.
That's what Christians and Catholics do. They're disgusting people. So a fucking hooker house next to a church would be the perfect fucking thing.
Well, it wasn't a hooker house, but yeah.
But anyway, I'm thinking of taking this girl like in Eddie Bravo grounds.
Oh my God.
Like running an all assault phone, video, tap into a house, make little fucking woo, like make those noises, outside the window.
Isn't she going to watch this?
Huh?
Isn't she going to hear this?
What, she what?
Wouldn't she hear this?
No, she don't watch this. She's too stupid. She wouldn't even put this on, even though that, she's too stupid.
How long do you think this assault will take?
Right now, it's May 6th. By the time I get the wheels going with some torches, because you can't just hit them with one torture. You got to hit them with 3 in a row, like something in the car, like they get like a beam of light in the car, and that's easy. That's easy. That's around the corner. I don't know where she lives. That's the problem I have. That's the only thing. I got to follow her home one night, my wife's car or something, and fucking, yeah.
It's so secretive. It's my wife's car.
I just got to, when somebody tells me that they're from another planet, now we got to work this. We got to work this. We got to put like a little, like the hat Norton wore when he thought he was Captain Video, like one of those hats, the Space Rangers, you know, the space hats that you put on.
Right.
We should put one on her car, just to let her know we're coming for you or whatever. Well, I gotta watch that movie with the Martians and the old people. What's that movie when the Martians come to the old folks' home and they get all that energy to fucking swim?
I don't know.
Come on, none of you motherfuckers ever saw that movie? One of the greatest movies of all time.
I know the people that were in it. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, they're old people and they're at an old folks' home, and Martians came and put the eggs in their swimming pool. So if you swam in the fucking pool, you got the strength of the Martians. And these guys were 60, 70, fucking breakdancing. That's right, I did see it at your house. That's right. With Wilford Brimley and the guy from 48 Hours. The old guy from 48 Hours. He's in
Is it Cocoon?
Cocoon. Cocoon is a badass fucking movie. So I could put something like that. I gotta watch Cocoon to see how the Martians attack. Maybe War of the Worlds. But everybody thinks they come in satellites and shit. So I gotta work it differently. We gotta hit her from a different perspective.
Or you could just leave her alone and hope she goes and tells someone else about this stuff.
Nah, it's too much fun. We gotta push her over the hill. One time we got just a little push over the hill to make her believe she's a Martian.
Oh my God.
That's what we need to do. I need to make her believe that she's really from another planet. And then she'll fucking listen, I don't need to do anything. I could just move on, you're right. But come on. I haven't had that type of fun since Eddie Bravo with the CIA. You know what I'm saying? When I told Eddie about the Joe is in the CIA, that was my best work up to date. Or when I used to call you and tell you not to pick up the phone because the cops were going to call you, don't say a word,
Yeah.
and I hang up on you, same thing. They're all done to, like, I'll go to a house and steal one of her shoes. Like, right, you break in a house and steal all her shoes, but only the right one.
Oh my God. That's
And leave a note.
diabolical.
Leave a note. The Martians only dance on one foot. See, I'm thinking already. This is what I need. I need a little group here to help me, and we can fucking do this correctly. Push her over the top. She leaves the state.
And I
She
was
moves
just
to
gonna
New Mexico and wait for Martians.
is that the goal? Like the goal is to get her to leave?
I have no goals anymore. I'm an old man. I just want to giggle, smoke dope, and it's fucking insane how Friday night, I didn't want to tell you guys, I was really upset. I told my wife when she got home Friday night. I told her that right to her face. I go, I did this, I did that. I went to the weed store, I did a couple things. And she go, why didn't you? Because they went to see a play Friday night. And she goes, why didn't you go out? Why didn't you? And I'm like, I sat there all night thinking about what I was going to do. And then I said, you know what? I got Patreon, like Patreon money that I never spent. I go, maybe I'll cash it out and go to a strip club and just throw a bunch of singles up in the air. Right? Like, I even thought of that, and I'm like, nah. And I was thinking about maybe I'll go up north. Maybe I'll just walk into a disco. I was thinking about going to that fight. Now I kicked myself in the ass. Was it that fight at Times Square? Roberto Duran. We fucked up. Mike Tyson was there, Roberto Duran. I would have died just sitting. Because there were VIP seats. I would have just sat next to Roberto Duran and picked his fucking mind all night. He loves talking Spanish, whatever he could remember of it. Huh? Garcia lost. Yeah, I knew that. What do you think? It's fucking, that was Monday, cocksucker. You don't think even a bird by now came over and told me, hey, Garcia lost. But, I just felt bad. I'm like, I could see, like, weekends, I used to lose my mind. Like when I robbed a lady downstairs, or a lady upstairs from me, it was a Sunday. Because I get bored on the weekends. I don't listen. I don't eat on a Wednesday, it don't bother me. I don't smoke pot on a Wednesday, it don't bother me. But on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you got to be doing something. You got to smoke some dope and eat some food. And that's when I would just rob you. Like, by Friday, I did my worst crimes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I just didn't even have the patience. Like, enough with this shit. I'm eating a steak. I'm getting the Chinese Szechuan beef. And all I wanted was Szechuan beef, pork fried rice, an egg roll, and a $20 bag of reefer. I don't ask for much. I could see if I was saying, well, I want to go to Club Venetian and walk in with a helicopter. No, I didn't want all that shit. I just wanted to shredded beef from that Chinese restaurant in Fort Lee, pork fried rice, an egg roll, a little wonton soup with some noodles, and I'd walk across the bridge. How's that be? I'd walk across the bridge to save on bus money and burn the calories I ate from that fucking Chinese food. But after a while, and this Friday it hit me. Like when my wife came home, I was this close to crying and going, what type of man that's 60? And I told her, I got to go to that fucking Bourbon Street and throw singles up in the air. That money's not going anywhere. It's just single money. I could just throw it up in the air, like $1,800, and just go, woo, and make believe I'm a big shot. I'm like, no. Why would I want to do that? I mean, nothing seemed good.
There's nothing like, what about, no trip you'd like to take?
No what?
A trip?
On a Friday night at 8 o'clock or at 7:30 at night, there's no fucking trips. I'm talking about immediate. What can I do to get my fucking whistle hot and to keep my powder dry on a Friday night? There was really nothing. I mean, I'm not going to one of those Jersey restaurants with the chubby chick with smoke around her and she's doing some belly dance routine and they got the John Wick music when they shot the Italian chick. Oh, in the background. I don't want to see that shit. Like, what's her name? Lori? What's the chick from North Bergen that goes out every weekend with the hairpiece? She's got the fucking hairpiece and the whole thing. And
She's loving this conversation.
Yeah, they go to some club in like Teaneck, and there's always that chubby Arab dancing. I don't want to see no chick dancing with her stomach out when I'm trying to eat fucking food. And they got that creepy John Wick music in the back, and all these New Jersey people that are fucking basically white trash are sitting there making believe. And there's a bunch of mokes walking around with giant shirts on a Friday night with hats, jet hats, and tattoos. And I'm like, nobody's getting pussy in that place. Look at the shape of that fucking place. Ain't nobody getting a fucking piece of tart in there.
No.
So I was like, when Terry got home, she goes, you didn't do nothing. I go, I went out for a ride. I did this. You know, I couldn't get myself. There's some days, bro, I love to eat at a restaurant. You guys know me. I fucking love it. If I didn't have to eat at home, I'd be the happiest man in the world. But every time I go to a restaurant, it's drama now. Except when we go to our little restaurants. But even tonight, these motherfuckers got chicken noodle soup. What am I? 80? I'm 62. Fucking give me some love in there. But every time, like if you go to a good restaurant, it's what water do you want? Do you want a cocktail? Just give me the fucking food. Yeah, can I get a selfie? And you're like, you know what, man? I'm just trying to fucking eat my food, you know? So I don't even go out. Friday nights is a shitty night to go out anyway by me. All the restaurants are packed. There's a wait list. Where you going? You want to go fight people? It's not even worth it. The food comes late. They don't come at all, you know. Yeah. What happened to my fucking steak? You wanted a steak? No. I'm sitting here because fucking, you know, Moses is making a comeback. You know. The fuck is wrong with people?
And it would be better to do it on a slower night because I went when it was busy and it was really loud. So it was like hard
Where?
to hear people in Boston.
Yeah, you went out Friday night to a surprise party.
Yeah.
With 80 people in the room that you don't know, you fuck. Anyway.
I'm just saying it's hard to hear. So we went on a
Sure,
slower
it's
night.
hard. I can't hear anything as it is.
Right.
If you have a conversation with somebody, I can't hear you. I'm lost. So never mind music and John Wick music. Whatever that shit they listen to. And I'm supposed to be impressed. Oh, I love this. You're from fucking Kearney. Okay? Knock it off. You're from Kearney. You've been sucking dick since you were 8. And now you want to tell me about fucking, yeah. The fuck is wrong with people?
I have no idea.
You don't need to have an idea, my brother. It's another week. What do you got for comedy this week?
This week I have a couple of shows. I have a show actually. I had a Temple on the Lower East Side on Thursday.
Okay,
But
bomb
it's
alert.
hysterical.
Bomb alert. There's going to
It's
be 3
gonna be
cops
so
out there and shit.
And then on the 9th, I'm going to be at Morristown at the Colonial Comedy Show.
What is that? That's not the dojo?
No, it's next to the dojo, or it's near to the dojo. It's cool. I got it vetted by Vic.
All right.
It's cool.
Be burning bridges.
I'm not.
Making me nervous already.
I'll give him a call, but
Ali Akbar! Anyway. That's what you're going to hear outside your little Jew show Thursday night. Ali Akbar and a spitball.
But yeah. And then I will be with Josh Wolf in
You are?
Virginia at the end of the month.
That's the end of the month. Why are you confusing people?
Because you brought it up earlier.
Huh?
Because you brought it up
Oh.
earlier.
No,
then
May
wh-
17th is done, dog. We got next Wednesday, Thursday, we're at the dojo. Little
Cool.
pre-on-through show. This Thursday, I'm going to stop by Alfred Robles on Thursday night. George will be gone. I'll be at the Stress Factory maybe Thursday night to see my brother Al. Wednesday, maybe the dojo. You know, I got to get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? I'm slipping. I'm fucking slipping. Last week, it was just the stitches got loose. I started my court case last week on fucking Zoom. Listen, I don't know if you've ever been to court, but when you go to court on Zoom, that's a complete different fucking side. I don't know who I'm looking at, and the judge looked like me, but she was a woman with glasses on. And when she popped up on the screen, I'm looking at my wife going, these motherfuckers, that's a meme. That's a meme with me with glasses on. And the judge is like, hi, good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God she didn't hear me. Thank God.
What happened?
Because I'm like, she didn't move. She just came on the screen and was looking. I'm like, that motherfucker put up a meme of me with glasses and a blonde wig on. She had a bunch of wrinkly face like mine. I'm like, what's going on with this fucking woman? The next thing you know, she goes, hi, she wasn't really a judge. She was a mediator. So in LA, you have to have a mediation first, a court-ordered mediation,
Okay.
and then it goes to trial June 30th.
Oh, shit.
I start a trial June fucking 30th on Zoom. Every day after 5 o'clock. Because 5 o'clock is 2 o'clock back there. So June 30th at 2 o'clock, we're in court. And it's not criminal charges.
Right.
It's a civil suit against a weed company.
Right.
Like 4 of them for using my likeness. This motherfucker went off, Jack. He went off.
I don't know. I just don't know what I can ask. So
Ask with your little clammy
I don't know.
hand. What's the matter? God damn it. I'm going to have to drop
so
you up at Children's
you're
Hospital.
you have to like sit in and you're gonna watch a trial go on.
I don't know if they're doing jury. It's just a judge. And now we got to settle on how much money I get. That's it.
Cool.
Hmm?
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm not going to get rich. It's not like I'm going to see a millionaire, but at least I make this guy fucking pay. You know, that was the most important thing. He gave me his word, the whole thing. Thank God I got an attorney, and he put it on contract. And then the guy tried to play a Louis L'Amour, and my attorney was like, nope, not this time, motherfucker. And it's heavy duty. Like, he's got nowhere to go. Because if he doesn't pay it, they take his license. And even if he doesn't pay it, then they go into the weed store and we sell weed and make a profit until we get our money, or $100K, whatever the fuck it is. And then there's the taxes and attorney fees. Like I said, this is why when people say to me, do you want to get into a weed business? I tell everybody no. It's not, I don't have the time. If I had the time and if I knew what I was doing, like I had a scientist next to me that was growing the weed and we just combined forces, I would be interested. But I'm not. And people, first of all, I hate when people ask me to go into business with them and they show up with like 25% weed. Obviously, you didn't listen. So you failed. You failed already.
Right.
I've been around 12 years preaching the same shit, smoking the same amount of weed. Anybody, except that idiot in Jersey City that gave us that fertilizer. 20 bags of 23%. You know, unless you didn't know, so I don't even want to do business with you because you didn't even take the time to study it, that my tolerance is off the chain. And you're showing up with that bad breath weed, 23%, that don't do nothing to fucking nobody. I got to give it away.
Right.
And they're all started saying, well, this stuff's going to kill you. Listen, this stuff ain't going to do a fucking thing to me. I'm up there. My tolerance is up there. You know, I was telling the chick at the weed store, when they gave me that RSO, first thing I put it on was the edibles that George gives me, the 2,500 milligram chocolate bar. They wanted me to put on a 5 milligram. I'm like, a 5 milligram doesn't even go in my mouth. Just out of principle, because I failed myself. So I would break them, and each piece would be $12.50, and I'd put that thing on it, and then I'd make like a s'mores crunch. I'd put another piece on it, and a fucking another layer, and I ate it one afternoon. Oh my God, was it a fucking mistake? It was a mistake and a half, but hey, I'm a big boy now.
But how's it a mistake? You like purposely made this sandwich That's so, dude.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
When you went to McDonald's and got the fish sandwich and you looked at it and said,
First of all, never got-
okay, whatever, it's the same thing. I choose to edible myself to death and didn't think about it. You looked at a Whopper and said, okay, this is my third Whopper. This ain't going to do nothing to me. It's the same.
dude. Yeah, but I've never heard of an RSO sandwich. That's like what,
And Michael
8,000
Jackson
milligrams?
Whatever it is. C'est la vie. Life is, you can't walk on one leg. Pretty soon we're going to be dead, Lee. Did you ever think about that? Like, I'm fucking pissed off. I'm 62 and I got a bunch of life left to me.
So
I have
why do
a
you want to be
bunch of
fucked
life.
up?
Seriously, like I have a bunch of life left to me. I feel like having a party and hiring like 10 hookers and stabbing 8 of them and pulling their hairs and fucking and sucking and, but I can't. I'm a fucking old man. I can't. I have a hard on for 8 minutes and then it disappears for 2 hours. The chicks are sitting around biting their nails on my fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
So, but
I got a lot of fucking things going on, and I feel good about it. I never thought that I would have I'm lying to you if I tell you I have a lot of things. I have nothing going on. I have a podcast. I do a couple comedy shows, but I have a lot of things going on in the house, and I really like that. This is a whole new set of life for me. I always ask myself, what would I rather be doing? That's my game I play in my head. Would I rather be sitting here? Or would I rather be somewhere blowing bottle rockets out of my asshole? That's the game. And what's worth it to me? I'm really happy at my house. I can't believe I tell you this, guys. I remember when I would have friends and I would ask them, why do you leave the house? Bro, it gets boring in my house. You got everything in your house. You got a pool table, you got a TV, you got a VCR, This is back in like 2000, the 90s. It used to drive me crazy when people went out. And I used to always say, I can't wait to have a house. You'll never see my Cuban ass. And that's exactly what's happened.
why would we want to leave your house? It's everything you like, no matter what it is there.
I'm a lazy fuck in the sense that I could come up here and train jiu-jitsu. I won't. It's 2 hours out of my life that I don't have anymore. I don't have. And it's not like the old North Bergen that I come up at 1 and there's 18 people on the street having sandwiches somewhere. It's not like that no more. But at the same time, I like everything about my house, though. I'm lazy.
That's
I
why I
want
was,
everything to be 10 minutes from my house, 15 minutes.
but you're not like that's where we were talking about like the delivery. Like you don't do that. Like that's one level you don't, because there's people who don't leave the house at all. And
No. Listen, that's stupidity. Okay? That is stupidity. I'm talking about getting up at 7, reading, drinking coffee, writing a little bit. You have to go to work, whatever. You have to leave the fucking house, okay? Those are losers. Those people are fucking losers, okay? You got to wash your pussy every morning because those are the people that complain the most about life. And I'll tell you, you get in the fucking shower. I look at the contrast. I look at the difference. I think about 94 when I would wake up with not a dime in my pocket. Not a dime. Hungry, puking from the night before, did everything I did in coke, sold every CD I got. So before I get started, I got to walk to the hill and steal a Bruce Springsteen album and walk it to the store and sell it to get $12 so I could eat breakfast. Now it's a different scenario. Now I wake up and, okay, whatever. But every morning, the first sign of depression starts when you don't shower. That's number one. Get up, don't shower, walk around with a robe all day. Do that 3 days. It's like shoot heroin 3 days. You're hooked. So first thing I do after I drink that coffee is I wash my pussy. You open up that curtain and go, God, thank you for giving me a fucking another day. I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. Or I'm going to be stoner than I was yesterday, in my case. If you thought I was high yesterday, God, wait till you see me today. This Forrest Whitaker eye is going to be all the way down by 6:30. I give 0 fucks, Jack. But it's crazy. Like, then you do what you got to do. For me, listen, I always have a good day if I go to the gym. And if I have good numbers at the gym, my dick gets hard.
Good numbers in terms of what, like what your workout was?
Like I went to boxing today and my thing was 14.5. It's never been 14.5. And the year I've been there.
Oh, you're on your Whoop or something?
Yeah, my Whoop. It's just a strain went off just because I see the exercises now that get my heart going. So what I did was I wanted to get my heart at 175 and stay there.
Why is that?
because that's what doubles. I should be at 150, but I want to improve my cardiac intake, so I go to 175 and keep it over 20 minutes. It's like a long pace, you know? So that's what I did. That's my best day. I stop, I get a fucking freshly made juice. I go home, I take the garbage out, I do whatever errands my wife needs for me to do. Sometimes I gotta go food shopping. Sometimes I gotta go to fucking CVS and get 18. You know, I gotta do shit at the house too. That's not bad. I mean, after like 3 o'clock, if I go home and I'm like, Mercy's home, my wife is home, I'm home, the cat's home, and I got 2 bags of weed. Where we going?
Mm-hmm.
Just chicken and a biscuit upstairs. I got those cookies last week, old school chicken and a biscuit, and you put that cancer cheese on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I should be getting a lump on my neck any fucking day now. Tremendous. It was so fucking good, George. You know, and that listen, you have a home, I have a computer there, I have 4 TVs, 5. You can watch TV anywhere you want. Old TVs, new. I got the TV I bought with Terry in 2001 in my bedroom. Fuck yeah, bro. That's the first TV we brought together. The fuck? You don't throw that shit out. That's the first thing we ever bought together. Took a year to get a new TV. $250. I went to one of those gigs up north. On the way back, I stopped at one of those outlets. The TV weighs 800 pounds. 8 people need to carry this fucking thing. But, dog, it still works. That motherfucker still works, and it still looks good. Yeah, you just can't get the other thing on it.
Sound?
No. I got fucking sound, you momo. The other thing, you know. What? Yeah, I can't get that. What is it called? Roku.
Oh, okay.
I can't get Roku on it, but I have Netflix on it, and I got HBO on it. Yeah, Netflix is on the remote, so. But I find comfort. I got a punching bag in my garage. I got kettlebells. I got a fucking thing that you connect music now, and it's louder than fuck. So I go in the garage at night. I hit the bag. Fucking Bob Lalingus just sent me a great book about Rodney Dangerfield. I went for like the 2nd chapter. I got to call him tomorrow and thank him. I'm getting back into reading, so it's different. I don't want to be around a lot of people. You know, I still haven't been to New York to do comedy. It's been 5 fucking years.
Why not?
It's just that thing going over the bridge just scares me anymore. The tunnel, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll break the fucking. We could probably make it over there tonight and do Aaron's show, but you're in no shape.
No, I wanted to buy.
Look at the shape of you, cocksucker. But like I said, I got nothing this week. They're all guest spots. If I do anything, I've been writing. I'm really excited about the 27th. I'm really excited about Philly on the 17th. Then July, we'll figure out what the fuck they got. I'm trying to get a little bar by my house. Something close to my house. You know?
There has to be something.
It has to be like 20 minutes from my house, the most. And I could go to once a week, bring a comedian down, pay him, and do 30 minutes.
You know what would be cool? Like if there's a coffee shop or something that's closed, usually at night.
Yeah, but I want people to drink. I don't want people to drink coffee. What is this? What is this? I want people to feel loose. I want people to be able to get an appetizer if they want. I don't want this bar that's huge with like a hole in the wall so people could hear no. Like a side room in the back, like what you're telling me at your buddy's, Cafe Tivoli. I'm just not making the hour drive. I'm not making the hour drive. That's never going to happen.
Right.
So, yeah, dog, at least I'm honest. At least I'm fucking honest. That's why, if I'm going to make the hour drive, I might as well go to a comedy club. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's 10 minutes by my house. Somebody, like the Brass Rail, has an upstairs. But then people got to go down those stairs and fall. And that's what scares me. Or you have to throw somebody out and they fall. Or my fat ass falls. You know, so this is why I want something that has a back room, 85 people. It's nice. Give me a waiter or a waitress. Give them a limited appetizer. Let's do it right. Sound. And we could start building something little by little. But I don't want to do 800 seats. No. None of that shit. Just like what Willie Barcena had in Los Feliz. It was upstairs of a Mexican restaurant. And every Monday he had 20 people there that would go off and drink margaritas and tacos. And we did it every Monday. I would go up there and do it. 10 o'clock show. That's what I'm looking for. So, if I could get my hand on something like that, I would be that would take a big chunk of my responsibilities out. But I had a definite place to perform once a week. The hour, the 25 minutes, that shit ain't gonna work. I want something in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's it, and that's that. It's been another interesting episode of the New Testament. I don't know what happened to Lee today. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean you don't know what happened?
All I saw was
It's a
little claw
mystery to
hand.
you what happened?
All I saw was
I
little
have
claw
no
hand.
idea.
I have no idea.
You came in here. Here's 2 of these.
2 what?
The 200 ABX.
Yeah, because I told you we were gonna shock the system
Why?
because you've been fucking around going to surprise parties for 70-year-olds and shit, and eating with Jews that don't know nothing on a Saturday night. You were
I had a party for my mom and
and
her
eating
family.
bagels and shit. God damn it, from New Hampshire. This is it's just bad. It's just very bad. So we had to shock your system tonight. Hopefully, when you get home tonight, you'll go down the stairs and get a nice, decent, real bagel to get you back on track. And that's it. I don't know what to tell you motherfuckers anymore. We will have 10 guests next week, and we'll be back. Lee gave you his... What did you give me the evil eye for?
I'm not.
You look like Netanyahu after the attack yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
Netanyahu's going off again.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, that's it. They did something yesterday by the airport. So, he's giving them the hoochies, the moochies or something. Those motherfuckers. Wait till I bump into one of you hoochie motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Shooting down chips and shit. They're the same people that killed Tom Hanks in that movie, right?
It's the Hooties?
The one about the fucking, they stole the boat, the African with no teeth. Anyway, who gives a fuck?